Not in a stream.
Oh, I guess so. I guess you haven't been on Canuck as a slur yet.
No,
No,
even
we're
on our
still
show
working on
twice.
that. Yeah. All right. Well, welcome to the Canuck as a slur live stream. I'm Kelly, and with me, I'm told, is Carrie.
Yeah, otherwise known
Yep.
as Heather.
Yeah. Now, what I should have done is tell my chats here that we're going live before I did it, so I wasn't just creating dead air. So, vamp for a bit. How you feeling about this election?
Well, as a queer person, I was expecting this to be one of the most hair-raising events of my adult life, and right about now, it has turned from the most hair-raising event of my adult life into the most bewildering
Hair dropping.
part of my adult
Her
life.
hair is just straight down.
Yeah, my hair is actually right down onto my shoulders at the moment. But not the outcome you and I were talking about, what, 3, 4 months ago, 5 months ago?
Yeah, that's true. Although I feel like there's a little part of me that is like, it's good to watch the conservatives polling tank, but at the same time, it's troubling that all it took was this sort of. I mean, like, is it mostly the annexation threats? Is it mostly like the association with everything Trump is doing? But like it's good that people see that as bad, but it's like, how did you not see that for the past, like, I don't know, year, 4 years, 8 years? Like, why
It
now? That's what I don't get.
the thing is, there's a concept in Canadian politics called Canada's Natural Governing Party, and that happens to be the Liberals.
Mm.
And as such, during a lot
That
of
has such party of Lincoln energy. Like, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
no, 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 no. But it's true. Like there seems to be this sort of thing where Canadians just sort of lean towards voting for the Liberals. This has been the case since, well, I want to say almost since Mackenzie King, but even, it's probably even further than that. Mackenzie King is like probably Lillian White Mackenzie King, I should say. Mackenzie King is actually a completely different person in Canadian history, but um, kind of just has been that way for a century now. Actually, well over a century.
See, this is the part where I've really gotten into my cups with pasting. Like, please come watch this into my
Yeah,
chat
like
here.
I was just thinking, like the Liberals have sort of been the dominant party in Canadian politics, like forming government and so forth, since I said Mackenzie King, William Lane Mackenzie King, because he was the longest serving prime minister. But
Mm-hmm.
um, Laurier actually was kind of started off this trend because like he ran the country for 16 years after the Tories did for a good oh a good portion of Canada's earliest history. But like how many of most of our long-standing prime ministers have all been liberals. Like look at Trudeau, look at Chrétien, and then Justin Trudeau's not that far behind. Like people like Stephen Harper and uh, Brian Mulroney, to a certain extent, kind of like bucked the trend a little bit.
By being around longer.
Yeah. I'm just pulling up the list here because I'm going to just before I run my mouth here because I always tend to forget. But yeah, the longest serving prime minister was a liberal, and after that, it gets like it just becomes John A. Macdonald, and that's the only Tory that's ever held it. But then like out of the entire list, you just scroll down and you just start seeing like yeah, everybody else is just like 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. Like I ran Mulrooney, but Mulrooney was a lot shorter than Trudeau, and Stephen Harper was a year short of Chrétien. So
The other thing I don't know about Riverside is whether it actually shows me. Like, is it going to show me YouTube comments or chat?
yeah, you have to. I know with Twitch, there's like a little dashboard you can view for all that sort of thing, And
Mm-hmm.
if you view that, then you can like see like the Twitch chat that's coming in. Like I'm just pulling it up for funsies at the moment, and like there's it just shows it's working there. Um,
Yeah, chat
but
is
yeah,
your
with
job, I
YouTube,
think.
I don't know how that works.
Well, when we used to do it, what was well, Streamer was the first one. That one sucked. It was Restream is what we used to do live shows, and it
Hmm.
would it had this little inbuilt producer system that would pump your both your Twitch chat and your YouTube chat into Restream, and you could post as the show like simultaneously to both, or you could interact with one chat or the other. Which I assumed there'd be something like that in Riverside, but it is not popping up because it would also tell you your viewer counts as well. So it's like
Right.
you would know whether there are people there and whether they were actually there to talk to you.
I'm just looking at the clock here. I think polls are about to close, and I believe somewhere in the prairies. Um, Can we just pull up the? This is what
Okay, it does
happens
tell
when
us view counts. It says we have one viewer on each one, although one of them might be you.
well, I did pull it up on there, but excuse me, I'm so sorry. Let me pull. Thanks to the New York Times, they actually have this scheduled here. Fuck. Okay, so polls would have closed in Alberta by now, and then British Columbia closes in an hour from now.
Like the voting closes?
Yeah.
I thought it just finished in Newfoundland. Oh no, wait, it's much later than I thought it was. I'm so fucked up by being in Atlantic time. I I'm living 3 hours ahead of like where I have my entire brain calibrated to.
Oh, I know. It's funny because like I was working out of London last year, and it was like incredibly baffling to work with people back in Vancouver. Um, just trying to remember like, oh yeah, what time is my what my colleagues get in, that sort of thing. Oh, here we go. So they're doing a whole cut scene to say, oh yep, start time for another hour. Polls closing. It looks like they're man. I can't. I hope to God Polyev loses, and then I never have to see his fucking face on TV every day. It'll just be some new
I'm
douchebag.
Yeah, maybe even a worse one if we're lucky.
Oh, great. Maxime Bernier comes back to the Tories.
Hell yeah. What's
Can
he
I,
been up to? I have not heard a single thing out
he's
of him this
irrelevant.
election.
Like when I went to a vote this morning, I looked at my ballot and there was a PPC candidate, and I was like, "Oh yeah, these people still exist, and they still have
Mm-hmm.
party, like they still have members. Like they actually have candidates."
Oh, was there something in the chat? Or was that you?
I didn't say anything.
Live stream chat. Okay, someone said hello. Amazing. Yeah, okay, this is Mr. Aaron.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So some polls will close. So Central Time polls will close in about 30 minutes. And then, oh, I should correct myself. Alberta's closes in 30 minutes, and then British Columbia's closes in 1 hour. So so in about an hour, there'll be no more votes coming in, aside, and then nothing further to count other than what they've already received.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're here to be the electoral expert because I don't know
I'm.
as
Oh,
much as
I'm a
I pretend
terrible
to.
expert.
Well, at least you know the history trivia shit.
That's. I'll accept that.
Hey, why don't you check my pizza, please? Well, the pizza probably needs to be done soon. It says 9 to 11 minutes. It's not very long.
You set a timer?
No, why would I do that? That's crazy.
You certainly don't have a device right in your hand that can set timers.
Well, but it would be silly to set a timer now because I don't remember how long ago I put the pizza in. I'm doing great, everyone. All right. Well, your job is to be the political expert, and my job is to try and figure out how to play this game. So this is Cross Country Canada.
A game I've never played.
I had never heard of it, so this came up in a this came up in like a group chat I'm in where someone was like, I'm trying to remember this game. We used to play it in our computer lab, and it was the way they were describing it sounded like kind of this like Canadian Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but somebody was like, oh yeah, old DOS game Cross Country Canada, and they put this link to this website. You just play it online. So I jumped in it for like a minute. I was like, you know what, I can maybe fuck with this a bit.
Hmm.
So it starts you in okay, in my game it started me in Halifax. I don't know if it's the same game every time that way. And it doesn't really tell you much about how to do it because I jumped in. It was like, all right, which way do you want to go? And I was like, well, I'm in Halifax. I guess I'll go west
That's a
because east
hell
is
of a
the
trip.
ocean. Yeah, and so that's a bad idea because you're supposed to go north, I think. So I went west, and it's like, all right, you are now in Digby, and I happen to know what Digby is because I was looking at actually taking the ferry from St. John to Digby, just to say I did it. I didn't end up doing that because there's nowhere to stay in Digby. Atlantic Canada is fucking terrible for backpacking, it turns out. I mean, I think a lot of Canada is outside of any major city, but yeah, it's been a difficult process trying to do that out here. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm in Digby. And I was like, take the ferry. And it was like, you can't do this till 10 a.m. And I was like, okay. Like, sleep? And it's like, no, we can't do that. I was like, what do I do? So I rage quit, about one screen in.
I
So,
haven't. The funny thing is that there's cross country Canada, but there's also cross
thank you.
country British Columbia, which was recently unearthed by a friend of mine. That's the
It's like
thing
a
that
reverse expansion pack.
yeah. Well, they've
That's
done
a
cross country.
contraction pack.
Well, okay, so this game in particular is made by a company based out of, I believe, Burnaby in British Columbia. So they did cross country USA, they done cross country Canada, and then they did a BC version of it. And it was a friend of mine's white whale for quite some time until she stumbled across it on eBay and immediately purchased it. So this
Hmm.
entire like I don't think they've made any other games. Like I don't think they'll ever do a cross country Nova Scotia. Imagine a cross country Prince Edward Island. An island that's much smaller than Vancouver Island and has the population half that of Surrey, British Columbia. Actually, it's
Is it
even a quarter
smaller
of
than
it.
Vancouver Island?
Oh, I believe so. I think PEI is a much smaller island than Vancouver Island.
Maybe. I haven't been there yet because, so this was another ferry plan, but when I came back through Antigonish, I my original plan was to take the ferry over to PEI and then briefly see PEI and then come back down the bridge and then into Moncton and then back to Fredericton. And that was going to be like, all right, I have done the every province checklist. Now I can get ready to leave and go to Halifax and fly out of here. Oh, kitty.
Yeah,
Who's a kitty?
she's a good political correspondent right here.
Mm-hmm. We have kitties here, but they're shamefully off camera. Bean, come here. Look at this. She's just sleeping. Look at this.
I don't think you can hear my
I'm
cat.
told this is the most important collection of our lives, election of our lives, and that cat is just completely out. Like, you need to be awake and stressing, Bean.
She's an anarchist. She cares not.
I'm an anarchist and I care too much. Like, all I do is stress about things.
I'm just a dirty socialist.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my plan, and I found out once I was in Antigonish that no, in fact, the ferry is not open until May. So
Oh, is it due to ice?
yeah, I mean, a lot of to be very very generalized, a lot of Atlantic Canada is just only exists in the summer.
Mm.
Like,
That's not, that's just accurate.
yeah, all right. Well, okay. This has been confirmed by an actual off-camera New Brunswicker. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna do PEI on my way out, which is why I came back to Fredericton a week early.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I cannot give any opinions on PEI yet. So yeah, very important notice screen on this game telling us that you are not allowed to pirate this game, which is exactly the way it has been archived. So fuck them.
Well, I was going back to the Maritimes. I've only had the pleasure of visiting Halifax in the Maritimes, and I visited that twice in the winter, and it was always for work.
Okay.
But it is what it is. One of these days, I'll take a trip to Nova Scotia and PEI and New Brunswick. I really want to visit PEI because one of my favorite books is Anna Green Gables. Surprise!
I've
And
never interacted with it.
you've never read Anna Green Gables? I genuinely think
No,
you should read it.
I should do a lot of things, but then I find ways to keep myself busy, like deciding I'm gonna relearn how to live stream in the space of like an hour, and then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to? Sorry, you were talking about Anna Green Gables. Go ahead. Do we want to
Oh
play a
no, I was
game
gonna
that says
say I
no?
genuinely think that you should read Anne of Green Gables. Like, I read it as a child when I was like I don't know 13 or whatever. Excuse me. And last year, it came back onto my radar, and I was determined to read it once more. And so I have since reread it and believe that as an adult, it is a far better experience to read than when I was, a silly child. I think once you understand some of the context around it, things start to make a lot of sense.
All right. Yeah, there's a little bit of I don't know. This is a whole other conversation, but I feel like a lot of like classics that you are made to read when you're younger are I don't know, kind of like they're imposed on you in a way that doesn't explain to you why you should care. Like the obvious example being reading Shakespeare in high school, which is
Hmm.
like I, I got nothing out of it. Um,
I don't particularly enjoy Shakespeare. It's kind of funny
yeah.
because you would think I would, but I find Shakespeare to be both like it's good, but like it just doesn't pull me in the same way that like if you start getting to like 19th century sort of authors and writers, I get start getting interested. But like, I just Shakespeare's never done it for me, no matter how hard I try.
Hmm. Even things that are good though, like the ones that I think about are like I remember being taught Cask of Amontillado. I think that was high school, and even Ozymandias was something that I taught or they learned in like maybe even like a 100 level or 2 level course in university, and there's none of it landed in any way.
Hmm.
And but it's just like crept up on me as a person who's just like learned about these things through my own kind of avenues of pop culture and stuff. Like, I mean, I'm making like Ozymandias themed shit posts all the time. So
Hmm.
like it comes around. I made an entire recreation of the Cask of Amontillado with only old Garfield cartoons. So like, and
Yeah.
it was actually through doing that that I kind of understood the nuances of because it forced me to like kind of go through it line by line and be like, what's actually happening in this line, and it like created a way for me to care about the like the little nuances of the way the characters interact with each other rather than just the thing that I took away from initially, which is like, okay, they talk a lot and it annoys me, and then the guy bricks the other guy up.
S-
Whereas now I'm like, oh, there's a lot of really, really clever like foreshadowing and shit.
Somebody in chat mentions the Ethan Hawke Hamlet is cool. I will say though, I think it's Baz Luhrmann's Romeo plus Juliet is actually a banger, and I do like I have that on Blu-ray because I do enjoy that particular version. But it's also because I have it because it's actually one of the more absurd movies I've ever seen, and so as a result, I watch it only because it's almost like a comedy.
Yeah, I think that is my most forbidden opinion. And bear in mind, like I only knew this or I only saw this. This was again in high school when our English teacher was like, "Okay, we're doing Romeo and Juliet, and then we'll show you the Baz Luhrmann version." And I hated it. Now I get that I'm objectively wrong because
Hmm.
everybody else likes it.
Hmm.
I don't know. It felt like very cloying in the way that it was trying to modernize it, but I don't know.
I think that you just have to like if you're not into it, you're not into it, and like I know lots of people who deride it, and for the right reasons, right? There's no wrong reason either. I will say that like it to me, like if you look at it from like a parody standpoint, the movie stands up quite well.
Yeah, fair enough.
I must
Okay,
ask, what's the
so
beer you got there?
I bought Canadian. I bought Moosehead.
Ah, I do not believe I've ever had Moosehead. Somehow I've
It's
gone
fine.
most of my life without Moosehead.
It's like every other mid-shelf lager. They all just kind of it's beer flavored beer, as I heard someone describe it recently.
I was going to ask if you've had kokanee before, but I also know that you're from the
Oh yeah.
prairies.
Oh my god. Like that was what I drank before I was 18, and probably for a couple of years after. So okay, so in this game, you can set the number of players. I feel like that's really designed for sitting around a computer, so I'm going to just do it as one player, and we're going to
Do
figure
it.
this out together. Number of commodities to get. I have no fucking idea what that means.
Commodities would be kind of like your grains, your
No, I mean, I know what a commodity is. I've played Pit. Like,
okay.
what I don't get is like how it
Okay.
applies to the game. So
Okay. I was like a little
all
bit thrown off. I was like, how do you not know what a commodity is?
what's a truck? No. I don't know
That's a
what.
complicated question. You realize what you just asked there.
Yeah, I don't know what to set it to. So
Just leave the
we're just gonna
defaults.
leave it a default. Commodity table number. No idea. We're leaving it as a default. So we might learn what these things mean. So let's start our trip, and I'll pull up voice meter in case it's too loud.
Oh, that's fair.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
find out if
all
the
right.
audio works for me.
I think it's only the loading screen that has any kind of audio. So the assignment is to pick up all the commodities on our list and deliver them to Victoria, BC. Okay, so now we're starting in Quebec. First commodity on our list is potatoes. Okay, so maybe I just got really shafted by the Nova Scotia start because it was just like very obtuse to me.
I just realized this is not Oregon Trail. You just have a truck, so you're just gonna be. You don't even have to worry about getting like wading a river unless it's taken
Yeah,
up.
well, I got to no, not the river, but I got to the bay, and then I was like, all right, I will like to. I guess the equivalent of hire a friendly indigenous person is like take the ferry, but then the ferry was closed. So anyway, I got real mad. Press any key. First commodity list is potatoes. So all right,
This is
so
this is very accurate. It's missing. It's also missing a territory, which tells you how old the game is.
oh yeah, so I think like the only thing I know is that we're going to Victoria. So I guess we're just gonna go west and see what happens.
Pretty much. You could go
Okay.
east. You'll just hit an ocean.
Okay, Gundranacte. I'm gonna just butcher that. It says we get audio in select cities, so looking forward to that. The truck is not turned on. All right,
This is
Ford it.
this
I
is
don't
worse
know if my
than
truck is a Ford.
we found Canada truck simulator right here.
Ooh, you hear
Oh
that?
boy. Yep, I can hear
Okay,
that lovely sound. This is
west.
unearthing memories.
I can't go west.
Go south?
Like options. Look, you're
You're
beside a restaurant. A
Oh, we have
very
an
it's
odometer.
it's nighttime.
You spelled kilometers wrong.
Oh no.
I know.
You have to say with an American accent. Kilometers.
Kilometers.
I'm beside a restaurant. Okay. Go
Ford it.
restaurant. Ford the restaurant. Cock the restaurant and float it. I'm just going off my Oregon Trail memories here. Don't understand the word cock. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh,
Okay,
CBC has
so
a countdown for the next polls closing as 13 minutes.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get out of Quebec in the next 13 minutes.
I say go south.
But it wouldn't let me. Oh
Go
wait, I didn't.
southwest. Fuck off.
Turn turn lights on. Okay, well, I don't know what's being graphically represented here. Is that my headlight beam?
No, it's just one piece of a Toblerone.
I also like that it was too dark to do anything, but it was not so dark I could not know that I can drive southwest.
Oh man, on the
Oh, that's
CBC. Oh, there we go.
the moving road.
On the CBC, they have laptops, and to cover the logos of presumably Dell laptops, they just put CBC
Mhm.
stickers on it. One of them has like this embossed sticker, and I'm like, we're gonna get one of those.
Oh.
An embossed CBC sticker.
Okay, so we have made it to Trois-Rivières.
All right. Well, You can go to Drummondville, then Sherbrooke, then Montreal, and then Hull, not Gatineau.
Oh yeah. So, like, do I want to take the more direct route? Where are the potatoes?
I know they grow potatoes in South Quebec, so I bet you if you go
Let's
to
go south. We're
Drummondville and
taking the
then
scenic
Sherbrooke,
route.
you might luck out. Also, it's snowing and we're collecting the bloody potatoes.
Yeah.
All right.
So we've made it somewhere. So we've made it to Drummondville. Like, buy potato. That isn't a unique or major
Oh, now
product
you
here.
have to find out if, unless they were in Trois-Rivières.
Wow, then we're fucked now.
Well, you can go back. You can just go
Buy.
north.
Well, then I cannot abide backtracking. Buy commodity.
Oh, you left
Buy
something in
shit.
the toilet at the
You
truck
can't
stop
do
there.
that. Tomi doesn't understand the word commodity, but it understands the word shit.
In every city, try to pick up your commodity. There's a
Okay,
good.
thank you. Have you played this before?
No.
Gundrunacht?
Oh, I see. Not okay. Yes.
No, I'm not everything's about you.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm just gonna keep going.
They might be in PEI. That's a good point.
Oh yeah, we should just drive to PEI.
Oh, hold on a sec. The bridge didn't exist then.
Oh really? When was it built?
Late 90s. It was like 97, 98, 99. It was after none of it.
Let's try another city.
You may
So
have to go to Trois-Rivières. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you want to go back. Oh, no, because Trois-Rivières takes you back to Quebec City.
fuck it. We're going west. We got an entire country of potatoes. Okay.
Oh, we're going to end up with shitty Ontario potatoes at this rate.
You played this last week. Are you from the group chat where this was posted? Oh hell yeah.
No, they just, the CBC just tuned over to just off Fraser Street where that incident occurred on Saturday.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's kind of screwed up considering it was at that event earlier in the day.
Oh wait, we're in Quebec. Let's try this. Achète patate.
So many flowers. This is
Buy le
wild.
pomme de terre. Don't understand the word le. Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
it's
real
la. I
anglophone
think
game.
it's feminine.
Is it?
I think it's feminine.
La
pomme de terre?
I feel like it's masculine. Oh, they said yes.
No,
Who is
it's
this?
feminine.
Okay, fine. Yes, the potato is a lady. Oh, you told me. I thought you were going to make it a mystery. Also, hi, welcome. Okay, so we already tried to achète le patate. It didn't work. What the fuck is northwest of Montreal? I guess we're going northwest. So had you played this game before it was brought up in the chat? Or were you the one who was asking? I can't be bringing up another window now.
I cannot
Tell
see
me your
potatoes
entire
grown there.
everyone in the chat. Tell me your entire history with this game. Thank you. Where did? Oh, that's also that's north of Quebec. So yeah, right. You might not even necessarily want to do a linear line to Victoria. Like the goal is above all to get your.
How much fuel do you have?
It's mostly full.
I don't think.
Wait, am I not allowed to leave Quebec because I'm? It
No,
doesn't show me a
'cause
line.
go-
Oh no,
yeah,
there's a blue line. I'm
yeah,
really
yeah,
dumb
yeah.
and I can't.
I don't know where it'll take you to. Like, what's north of Ottawa? What's the name of that place? I'm thinking it's not. Does it take you to Sudbury or something weird like that?
Sudbury is not north of Ottawa.
No. I meant like because it's going straight west and it's bypassing what I presume is Ottawa. Is it just going to go straight down to Sudbury?
Oh, maybe. Should we go southeast then so we cover more of the corridor? This is my prairie ass thinking. It's like, well, there's only things in a direct line east or west of me. Like all right, let's go southeast. It is both cloudy and clear.
Well,
Okay,
you
so
have half a tank of gas, not diesel, gas.
I drive through the Luncheon Mountains. Okay, I will comport myself accordingly. Am I supposed? Why am I stopped?
Uh,
Did I hit a button?
well,
Drive.
somehow you can't get to the Laurentians apparently.
What? Which way were we going? We were going southwest, right?
I'm oh, according to the compass on the right.
A truck this size can't turn around on the highway. You must find somewhere to turn. What? Oh my god! Which way were we going?
According to the compass, you're
Oh no.
going south.
Okay, I was trying to read it like north up. I'm like, why am I pointing north? South? Fuck me. Southeast.
There we go.
I think it just stopped to tell us we were in the mountains. We're gonna need to eat and buy fuel. Well, I have the food covered. Wait, why are we back in? Oh, because we just did like a. Oh, we just
I-
doubled back to where we were. All right, well, let's go west.
You need to go to
So, like,
Hull.
Can I eat now? Oh, hell yeah.
Faye's Cafe.
Delicious.
All right, so they're hanging out in conservative headquarters. It's a very uncrowded affair. The conservative logo is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. It looks like it belongs to like a failing sports team that's about to get sold to the Americans.
Hmm.
Like it's just the dumbest crap I've ever seen for a logo. You can tell a lot about the Tories because they just constantly need to change their feckin' logo.
Wait, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna be a real streamer. Conservative Party of Canada logo. Sorry, you're gonna have the game over it.
Oh, whatever. See, look at that. It looks like it belongs to a failing sports team. That's like I don't know, like a failing hockey team for like a third-rate league. That's all of a sudden the owner's like, I'm going to have a better time if I put it in the AHL in like frickin' Michigan or something. Like that's where it belongs.
Do you mean the swishy one or this
Okay, so
blockier one?
it's actually the second on the from on the top. So from the left.
This one.
That is the current logo that they're using in this convention center or wherever the hell they are. And of course, they have it tuned to CTV for election results because having the CBC on is woke.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like the logo that they had previously down, like it's on the third row. That was the one that was used, I believe, during Harper's 2015 campaign.
All right.
And still a stupid logo, but it's just come up with something better. Like the Liberals just use a leaf, and they've more or less kept it consistent for years.
I think the swishy one reminds me of like a copy shop, like a print shop.
Yeah,
And
it's just bad.
because it looks like a paper, like a big old school tall printer paper.
But like, pull up the Canadian Alliance logo if you really want to see actual political party logo crimes. Let's see here. Like, look at this shit. It looks like it's like something you would use for like for the Fraser Institute.
Hmm.
Like I can understand the idea here. Like you have like the green thing indicating a C, and then the blue part, like the blue swish indicating an A, and that's what they're trying to go for. But it's
Right. The
such
A
a
stands for Alberta.
yeah, that's exactly correct. The party is Stockwell Day, and it's just bad. Oh, yeah, I don't like the looks of that. Um, like the Soccer Canada logo. You know what? I enjoy it. I'm sorry. I do like the Canadian Soccer Association logo. The CSA logo is fine.
Yeah, people gotta stop calling any organization CSA, in my opinion. But
Yes.
there's just there's too many bad CSAs. Okay, so we're going. Dizzying. Oh, right. It is in the same window. Control tab. No, I fucked up. All right. Fill my tank and pay. This one didn't tell me how much I paid. At the restaurant told me I paid $10. This I've paid an indeterminate amount.
I don't think you can fill up a semi truck with $10 worth of fuel even in the 90s.
Well, it was $10 worth of food.
Oh, well, that's a little bit more believable.
Okay, we've made it to Ottawa.
So they just put out the vote numbers for vote change in Atlantic Canada, and the Liberals increased their vote change by 8.6% from the last election. The Tories, the seat change in Atlantic Canada at the moment is Conservatives have gained 2 and the Liberals have lost 2. Atlantic Canada is kind of weird, so it's more like Quebec and Ontario that will paint a bit different picture.
Okay.
But hey, 1 minute and the polls close in Alberta.
Shouldn't we have more? Like it said, I've had this number of like 1 called seat and 20 seats being counted. Feels like forever. Like I'm paranoid that I'm looking at an out of date map here.
Well, I have the streaming thing, so hit the refresh on the page. And so also those are what's been called, and what's been called is a different story.
Should I bring up a different? Like I just brought this up as a CBC live tracker. Like it says live update every 20 seconds.
Yeah, but it looks like
maybe
it did change there. It's just not refreshing properly.
Maybe it does. It probably doesn't refresh when I tab to a different.
If you keep it exposed, if you keep it exposed somehow, it should refresh for you. This is a Chrome thing if you're using Chrome or using Firefox.
It's Firefox.
Just keep it
Is
visible in some way.
I'm running low on monitors. I won't be able to type in. Well, I could type in the chat by looking over my laptop. So.
Yeah.
Oh no, because that duplicates it to. They're not paying attention. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, there we go. 30 minutes, and then there's no more voting. Everybody's not allowed to vote.
Also, I feel like I've now scrolled to a bad spot. Is that better?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
The thing
There
about
isn't...
Sorry, go for it.
Oh, no, it's the same message, but I was reading it as there isn't a unique or major product here. Like, wow, massive shade thrown on Ottawa, but...
Well, this is the 90s. You would have been able to get telephones.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, Nortel was headquartered there. Or rather, Northern Telecom back when this game came out.
I'm going to remove my duplication. Sorry, I'm going to do another display change here. Extend desktop and 1 and 2. That is number 2 up there. Okay, fine. That works for me. So I can put this bad boy over here. And...
Do you want to sit on the table? I can put you on the table if you want to be up here.
All right, let's pin that back up.
Yeah, right now it's calling for 25 Liberal, 12 Conservative, 2 Bloc Québécois.
But mathematically, we still
There's
don't
still
have enough seats called that we can't rule a Bloc majoritaire.
I feel like there are not enough seats in Quebec for that.
You're telling me they don't run everywhere?
I don't know what the deal is with
Alright.
that, personally.
Well, I guess we'll go to Kingston. South.
Kingston, the home of a penitentiary. What's the university there? Queens.
Mm-hmm. Home of
And-
Don Cherry.
Oh yeah, home of Don Cherry.
For $300 off your gas bill, pick up asbestos. All right.
Oh, great. Asbestos. We're going to go to Asbestos, Quebec? You
Can't
have
buy asbestos. Can I
you
buy a
have-
potato? God damn, does nobody sell anything anywhere?
I think you might be able to list commodities there.
List commodities?
Or show commodities. You must be able to do that. How about type a word help? Yeah.
You must use your radio. What?
Radio, sure.
Turn radio on. This is such fucking return to Zork ass shit. It's like, yeah, did you dig up the bonding plant in the first screen? Fuck you, and your 8
These are
hours
the
of
games I
playthrough.
grew up on and enjoyed the hell out of. This is probably why I'm the sort of person who just plays role playing games and visual novels.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say this is why you're a masochist now because you grew up on these games.
Hey, let's not talk about my personal life that that way.
Fair. What is this dotted line? Oh, I should just keep going southwest.
All right.
This. Oh fuck! What have I done? Holy shit! Listen to radio. Your country. All right. Well, I'm just gonna keep going southwest until they let me buy a potato.
I feel like this is not going to be a very
It
profitable
shows me like
adventure.
my.
Oh no! What'd you do?
Uh-oh. Oh right. I was warned I should sleep. Okay. I'll pull.
This is like a worse version
It's too cold to
of.
sleep here unless.
Oh, this is like a worse
Let's repair.
version
Okay. Repair
of
truck.
what do you call
Let's
it?
go to a gas station and fix that. Well, hitchhike. Can't leave a truck. So I can't fix my truck. I can't drive it, but I can't repair unless I get it somewhere. But I can't hitchhike. Set fire to truck for insurance. I don't understand the word fire. Oh yeah, the game is like, hey, like, listen, I don't know what's going on if you don't know what's going on. So okay.
How about I
start
open
truck.
up Game Facts for you and help you out a little bit?
Well, then I think we figure this out. So I've started the truck again. Sleep.
Okay, so you can just type
Cool.
radio for help, by the way.
8 hours later, I'm very hungry. Eat. Okay.
Eat glass.
Southwest. We'll just keep driving now that we're repair truck. Well, call tow truck. Oh, sweet. $200. That's not bad, I think. I don't think I
That's
can't remember last time I bought it.
$200 in 1990s money.
All right. Well, buy food. There's no restaurant. Okay. Map. Where's the you are here? We didn't make it to Toronto, right? Because we crashed on the way to Toronto.
Yeah, I believe you did. So
Oh,
if you type in radio for help, it should tell you where to go.
I thought that was a message that I
No. It's
being
literally the command.
No,
Fuck, I made you.
that was
I made you spend $20. I'm sorry.
yeah. No, that was a helpful chat message for when the truck was actually broken.
Oh.
Okay, let's just keep going southwest because I'm in the middle of the highway and there's nowhere to eat. Now we're in trouble. Now we can
okay.
eat food.
Now I know where the potatoes are located. All right.
Are you cheating by looking at game facts?
Yes, I am. Do you want to know where the potatoes
cheat.
are?
No, not
Do you want to avoid a
Till we die.
catastrophic problem?
not really.
Okay. Let's
Do you,
just
let's ask the chat. Chat, should we cheat at the game or no?
I'm trying to rescue you.
Give me just drip feed me a hint.
Okay. You should have not you should have not gone into Ontario.
Well, that's a typical Quebecois opinion. What, like, you tell me I
feel
can't
like
get
that's a
potatoes anywhere
typical-
outside of Quebec? Or like, was I actually supposed to go to Prince Edward Island? Is this an educational game to teach me where potatoes are grown in Canada?
I'm not going to say. I already told you where to go earlier, and now you're asking me a question, and you told me not to make you cheat, and I'm afraid to give you the answer that you do want.
Well, I don't want you to tell me the answer. I want us to find it within ourselves to transcend the game.
Well, you just answered a question for yourself a moment ago, and that's
I
why.
clearly, yes, I clearly understand I should have gone east instead of heading straight to Victoria. You're telling me there's not a single potato between Quebec City and Victoria?
I imagine they're grown west of PEI, but like, and we do have potatoes here in British Columbia, but that's not what we're known for here.
Why couldn't they get a driver who was on the way? You know what? I'm probably just demonstrating my ignorance of how the trucking industry works. So
Well, maybe you should become a trucker. Imagine podcasting as a trucker.
should I'm sure it's been done. Should I just start over?
Yeah, it's your call. You can always drive back and then just pretend that you have just learned how Canada works.
Must give a compass direction. God damn it! Restart. God damn it! You now
Hey,
just
do me a favor. Type EX. I want to see how much money you've
drive
spent so far
into
just driving around.
Great Lakes. You can't do that. This game is absolutely fucking.
Yeah, let's find how much money you spent. Type EX.
Was that good?
Mm, I would be if I spent 1407 to do nothing, I might be upset.
Deduce how to start over. We're gonna start over. You have played this game?
I think so.
Okay, well you can also give me advice.
I think Data Tech still exists. Do you remember? Do you ever do? Did you ever do all the right type?
I did do all the right type, yeah.
Same company.
I had a real culture shock moment when I would go online and see, I don't know what the dividing line here was, but just other people who'd be like, "Oh yeah, I learned to type in Mavis Beacon," and I was like, "What?"
Beacon teaches typing.
So you played Mavis Beacon?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I played all the right
Mario
type.
teaches typing, which was objectively way better.
What was?
Mario teaches typing.
Mario teaches typing. I didn't get to do
Yeah,
that shit.
it was designed like a side-scrolling like Mario type game, and you had to hit the letters to make him jump and stuff.
Didn't get to do
It was
anything good.
fantastic. That's why I'm such a good typist.
Oh, interesting. I work around the corner from the company that makes all the right type.
Mario got me.
Makes like present tense?
Yeah, they still exist.
Llama's in the chat. Hello, Llama. Okay, so press 1 or 2 or 3. Let's keep going to one player. All right. Oh, 4.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back because I'm gonna grab some samosas, a great Canadian treat.
Okay, what's a truck name? Jack McCrank. Okay. I do not want to start in Edmonton, Alberta. I left Edmonton for a goddamn reason.
Well, you've been trying to go west this whole time, so it makes sense.
Well,
From Alberta, we got to put him in Edmonton. Or
the
stop playing.
the Albertan lust in his heart for the prairies, yeah, for sure. All right. So we are now going to pick up coal. Well, I'm a coal truck. It's a normal thing. All right, so I need to pick up some coal from Edmonton. Coal is in the mountains, I feel like. Start truck. Yeah, you guys aren't getting the cool sounds.
Vroom, vroom.
Wait, did you hear the sounds?
No, it says on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, it makes a real nice like
Meow,
1-bit
meow.
sound noise. Turn lights on. They are now turned on. South. Red deer, red deer, red deer. You passed Leduc, the site of Canada's first male oil strike in 1949. I should be taking notes on this shit. I love to pass Leduc. Wow, we skipped red deer. We didn't even need to. We didn't even. Like, a major component of this game is getting gas. And we can't even stop in red deer. Like,
That's true, yeah. They really fucked up on that.
that's like having a major component of the game being, like, you must go to a stampede and it has you drive through Calgary. Well, I'm gonna go to the mountains. So
Wait, why are you in Alberta?
because the game started me in Alberta, and the
He
game,
knew he was yearning for the West.
yeah, the game understands that the puny Albertan mind cannot comprehend Atlantic Canada. So it's like, all right, this guy needs to play on easy mode. So we're gonna put him in.
The place with only straight lines.
Yes, the place with only straight lines.
Unless you're going through a river.
I don't know how many
Colin.
of your good bits are being picked up by the mic, but
Oh, I can hear them.
oh, good, that's good.
Yes.
That's the advantage to having some reverberance in the room. We're gonna go west.
Of course.
Is there? Get out of here.
You keep going west.
Well, I want to go this time. I know
what do you
where
have
the
to
commodity.
pick up?
Coal.
Yeah, southern British Columbia.
Strip mine the Rockies.
Go to Appalachia.
I feel like you're just trying to trick me into going west again.
No,
Let's just
okay.
go south.
There are two places in British Columbia that are well known for coal, and I don't even have to look at any cheats. You can go to Cranbrook, which is in southern British Columbia, which you go to Lethbridge according to this map, and then your other option is to go to Dawson Creek, which is also going to require you to go west and then north. But here's
Okay.
a little trick. Here's a little trick because I'm a
Yeah.
British Columbian, and I'm going to tell you where to go. So you're going to go to Dawson Creek, which means you're going to go west from Banff until you get to Highway 97. You go north on Highway 97 to Dawson Creek.
Fucking nerd.
My cousin lived in
Fucking Canada nerd.
There are reasons for why I know these things, and it's nothing to do with being a Canadian. It's literally so. I'll talk to you about this at some other point.
Okay.
Okay, Kamloops. So you can take. Okay, this should take you to go north. You also have the option
Can't
to
go
go
north.
to Cranbrook, but that'll be the second place you go. So go north
North, east or northwest?
and then northwest. I guess we're gonna probably end up in Prince George.
I'm now in the Pacific Standard Time Zone. All right. I probably need to sleep again at some point.
Yes.
I wish I had some little bars to tell me about like my hunger and my fatigue.
just like in real life.
There
I
we
guess
go.
you could just sleep.
Dawson Creek. I was almost certain this would happen.
I don't want to wait.
I will admit that show always weirded me out because of that. So northeast. Oh, you sleep. I wouldn't want to
I've
drive
never
this
seen
at
it.
night anyway.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weak from lack of food. Okay, well,
Weak
eat.
from lack
food.
of food.
Yeah, we
Wait,
skipped right over like a little bit peckish and right into.
I'm going to die from.
Also, another wonderful chat message that I completely skipped over because I was so fixated on why I couldn't figure out the game. That's telling me like, think about where potatoes are, you idiot. Wow. Thank you anyway. I read it a little bit too little too late, but okay. So I had my breakfast. So we were gonna go northeast, right?
Yes.
To Dawson Creek.
Yeah.
I should get gas at some point.
You should make it. Oh, yes, the
There's a speed
W.C.
bar.
Bennett Dam, one of the largest dams in the country.
Can I type drive faster?
I feel like you don't want to do that. You're in Dawson Creek, so go get yourself some coal.
Oh! I'm a genius. I'm the smartest man alive.
Yeah, sure, it was all you.
Yeah. Hey, we set the controls to one player, and I'm in control of them.
Okay, I want you to get to Cranbrook. I'll be right back.
They were singing that tune that the little fake Jawas sing in Spaceballs. Ding ding, ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Is that like some sort of like public domain tune?
It's
It's probably like an old like British military song that's like we love to
it was in Snow White. The dwarves sing, or they whistle it. I think.
Oh really?
No, not. Oh fuck! What is it? Think of something else. Breakfast Club. Yeah, it's in a lot of media.
Like all these things, I assume it's an old British song about like killing Dutch people or something.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard it with words.
Oh boy,
I only hear it whistled.
a clue.
Clue.
This plant with brilliant yellow flowers is grown for an oil used in margarine and cooking. Alberta produced 430 million worth 97. Okay, so has it been renamed to canola by the time that this
I think so.
comes out? Canola. Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God. Oh no!
No, it did say rapeseed, yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you know I know this came up somewhere. I think I just talked about it in Discord. But Tisdale, Saskatchewan, their town motto was "Land of Rape and Honey"
Oh yeah, you did bring that up.
until I think 2016.
Yeah. I mean, it's not inaccurate. That's the name of the plant.
Wait,
I know.
Where the
it's
heck are
called.
you? What are you doing?
I'm in space. I haven't done anything. I answered the question correctly. All right.
All right, what are you supposed to do with the material next?
It's a okay. So this is a clue to my next commodity. So that means my next commodity is canola. I should buy gas.
Canola's it would be in Alberta, so you would probably want to take yourself to like.
So we're not always driving west. We're always driving to Alberta. That's what it is. You can't go
hell?
that way.
I don't know where you would go.
So
Canola is like I just remember like when I was living in Edmonton, I would see the canola fields south of Edmonton all the time. Does it give
Well,
you
we
an
know we
option?
can't stop in Red Deer, so. Hurting Alberta, there's nothing more to lose.
I think canola's probably grown in Saskatchewan as well.
Money, not enough booze.
Grande Prairie, actually.
East of the Rockies and west of the residue. Oh, my back, oh, my gambler. A clue to my next commodity.
Oh, barley.
I knew that. I know that also from Pitt. You ever
Are
play
you in
Pitt?
Edmonton?
Unfortunately, yes. No. We're in Grand Prairie.
Give it a shot and go to Edmonton.
This all just feels like an elaborate plot to fuck with me. Anyway, right. So we need to type barley.
I did not hear good things about it.
Map. I guess that is southeast. Only I can prevent forest fires. Oh, that's suddenly grim again. All right, it is dark. So I should just sleep every time it's dark?
Probably a good idea considering Alberta.
Why am I always awakened by traffic? Why can't I just, like, park? I'm ravenous. Ooh. Eat. Coal. Oh, whatever. Eat canola. You can't eat that. I cannot or I may not, right? This is what I want to know.
I mean, you could.
Buy food. The restaurants are not open now. All right. Well,
Convenience store. Where's the big stop?
shoplift beef jerky from Irving
Big stop.
Quick Stop. I don't understand the word shoplift. The game is very, very coy. Anytime I want to do something quote unquote illegal,
Quote unquote cool.
get ye flask.
Eat
Yeah.
my own arm.
Well, I guess we'll keep going southeast until the restaurants are open. I'm very hungry.
Go
Well,
back to. I think you should go back to Edmonton.
but I already bought the canola.
Oh, great
Oh,
over
wait.
here.
The barley.
No, I need to buy barley now.
Oh, Saskatoon. Oh no.
Well, I need to buy food. I have found a restaurant. My meal arrives. Pierogies and Saskatoon berry pie.
The only part of Saskatchewan I've ever been to is Lloydminster.
Yeah, keep ripping on Saskatchewan. I'm going to get another drink.
All right, so The Last Pirate of Saskatchewan is a song by the group The Arrogant Worms, I believe. I do not remember the lyrics to it now. I'm being I'm being put on the spot here. This is my problem. Kelly has asked me to talk while I hold a marginally warm samosa that is left over from a family reunion we had yesterday. It is an okay samosa, but unfortunately, I do not have any chutney to go with it, so I'm using HP sauce. For those of you who do not know what HP sauce is, it is the only sauce you should ever use when you're consuming things that have a lot of protein. Kelly, what do you think of the sauce HP?
It's saucy.
It's brown.
What I hate is when I think I've drained all the HP and then like another bottle appears and then it refills. Does that land?
Yeah, I'll accept it.
Okay, I can't buy barley in Saskatoon, and
I told you, go back to Edmonton.
I thought about the canola. No, I bought the canola in Grand Prairie, didn't I?
Yeah, go to Edmonton. Go buy some barley there.
Yeah, but what if it's in Regina? For
Edmonton
just
Southeast has 3
one
votes for
time,
some
I would
dipshit in the
take the
PPC.
Northwest Highway. Oh, cool. If there's no barley here, I'm gonna snap. Buy barley. Like, I'm happy because I got the barley. I'm upset because you and the
right.
chat are vindicated. Um, yeah.
You just have to know where is what made.
So is that like the entire what? Bitumen?
Yeah, as in tar sands.
Well, I didn't like bitumen. I had to write oil. I had to.
Oh.
I assume it wants me to drive north and not buy it in Edmonton.
Go to Fort Mac.
But it's refined in Edmonton. The bitumen is in Fort Mac. Bullshit game.
But was that the case in the 90s?
These are made by
Well,
some people
yeah.
from Burnaby.
Because the refineries have always been in Edmonton, and the oil sands have always been in Fort Mac. Okay, northeast. All right, it is time to go die on Highway 63. I
Highway
thought it
63
got dark
goes-
because it was cloudy, but
Highway 63 takes you to Fort Saskatchewan, right?
no, it takes you to Fort Mac.
Which one goes
Highway
to Fort
21 takes you to
Saskatchewan?
Fort Saskatchewan.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, because
20
that's as far northeast I've ever gone in Alberta.
Oh, yeah, I know the. Well,
Dated
Fort
the one
Saskatchewan
there
is at the
briefly.
intersection of 21 and 15. Thrilling knowledge going on. Buy oil. The warehouse is closed. Business hours is 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Love rolling it at 9 p.m. to get my oil.
Polls close in 2.5 minutes nationwide.
Is there a way to avoid being awoken by traffic in the middle of the night? Buy food. Why are they all called Phase Cafe? It's fucking capitalism, man. It's all just the same chain now.
Well, what's the major chain in Alberta for food like this?
Well, it's Phase apparently. I used to like Phase before they switched to par baking everything. All right, buy gas.
No, what is the family restaurant chain that's in Alberta? There used to be some out here. What's it called again?
You think about Albert's?
Maybe
I don't know what's in Alberta.
Humpty's.
I don't know. Oh yeah, Humpty's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that still exist?
I haven't seen a Humpty's in ages.
Yeah, they're probably all gone. My grandparents used to take me there.
Disgusting.
Thank you, Whitty. I bought gas. Like how every time I look for gas, it's like, oh god, you can't find a station. Like,
The new
but
MP.
I find the restaurants easily, but I never find gas easily. What?
I had to do a double take. The potential MP for Peterborough in Ontario looks like one of my ex partners.
Hmm.
And I was just like, wait a second, she's running? And then I just saw immediately, went, right, not her.
Did you see the guy in the CIS Discord chat who was purported to look like me?
Well, you are a white dude. So, like, I would almost bet on somebody looking like you.
Yeah, but I'm special and unique, right?
All right.
Let's pull this guy
All
up.
you white dudes look the same to me.
Uh,
I'm sure you're all handsome, though.
this guy. Okay, so here is.
Am I about to be the
Oh, I guess I have to. I don't have an easy way of setting this up unless I. Okay, we'll copy the link. We're going to open it in this tab.
All the polls are closed.
So, this guy right here.
Right.
Is so my friend I was working with at the time sent me a message once that was like, I'm on a first date and this guy looks exactly like you. Oh no, I did even have it the way I wanted it. Right? So, first off, I'm way better looking, way funnier. My gaze is gentler. Completely different looking people. And so then someone drops into Discord that this guy gives me vibes. Now,
Darian Vincent from Langford.
yeah, so
Right.
this is the NDP guy in Newfoundland. Like,
I'm sorry, no. Langford's in British. Oh, I see. Born and raised in Langford, not from Fort Langford. Okay, that makes
yeah.
more sense.
Yeah, so he's clearly being parachuted. Or he's a carpetbagger? Is that the word I'm looking for?
I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at the guy, and unless you decide to like use Just for Men on
Squint
your
more?
beard, yeah, you would have to do Just for Men for your beard, and maybe I might buy it.
Yeah.
Okay, so little election update in Quebec. The seat changes: plus 14 for the Liberals, negative 11 for the Bloc, and then negative 4 for the oh yeah for the Conservative, negative 3 for the Conservatives. Wow, the Bloc just got obliterated in Quebec. That is, I don't even know how to talk about this one. Like, I made this comment on our show last week, or 2 weeks ago, where I said that I was struggling to remember Blanchette's name,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not like it doesn't matter for me because like I'm an Anglophone Canadian who will never vote for the Bloc Québécois, but it's really interesting to see that everyone's going like, you know what, screw the Bloc, we're voting Liberal.
Yeah, the piece of insight that someone gave to me recently was that like the Bloc is sort of a party of convenience for a lot of people in Quebec,
Mm-hmm.
in that you can swing to voting for them when you are not feeling a benefit to voting for any other parties, or you feel particularly I would say like particularly aggrieved, not saying like unjustly, but when you're like, nah, fuck these guys, we'll vote for the Bloc. But then when you have a particular impetus to vote for a party, you switch back to voting or to one of the non-bloc parties, which makes a ton of sense in an election like this, where everyone like has this very particular reason to vote for the Liberals in terms of like it's strategic voting, right?
Yeah.
But you have this kind of X factor party that's like has a bit of like chaos ruined belief system that you can kind of just dump votes into when you're like, yeah, I don't want to vote for any of these fuckers.
Just watching everybody eat shit though is something else.
Yeah, I mean the most optimistic expectation I can have for the NDP side of this is that like this is a bit of a kick in the ass that they need. I mean, we only got the Douglas NDP out of the collapse of the CCF, so.
Yeah.
But my contention, so this guy actually looks like the other guy.
Okay.
Whereas me, I retain my specialness and uniqueness.
Sure. Oh, I won't argue with you on this one.
Giving me, you won't argue with me, but you also won't validate me.
Island in the Sunshine Coast that's known from almost
All right.
exclusively
I'll let
What
you
were we
believe what
doing?
you want to believe. I believe in what you
Okay.
believe. How's that sound?
Okay. So where was I gonna go next? So I got my oil.
You gonna
Did I
take your-
get all four things? Because I got coal, canola, barley, and oil. Do I
Yeah.
just go to Winnipeg now?
These things all go in the same trailer.
the big city centers
Well, obviously.
are pretty like left, but there's a lot of
Ukrainian museum.
Could you just
Big deal.
imagine having a box trailer and you're just like, I'm just gonna start shoving the tar sand inside into the back of it, just
I mean,
shovel it all
surely
in,
you've got
and
little
then you're gonna go
compartments.
pick up the barley afterward and put in the same trailer.
I'm also watching the time here. No, I mean that's a reasonable amount of time to get from Edmonton to Saskatoon. Should I sleep? Oh, I never turned the radio on.
You hear local news broadcasts. You're getting the election results from 1993.
The weather report. I asked for the political show. All right. I can make it to Regina.
Well, so far they're calling 114, 82, 15, 4. Liberals holding it so far.
I feel like my refresh is not refreshing.
Yeah, you just have to have the. Is it at all visible when you're showing
Yeah,
it?
it has its own monitor right now. It's my main laptop screen. And now it is simply not refreshing. So now I've really fucked it.
Rip.
Yeah.
Hit the refresh.
That's what got us into this mess, is trying to refresh.
I guess make it windowed and don't make it full screen.
That wasn't the problem before.
I don't know what to tell you.
Canada election tracker. Let's see if we can find a different one. We can open the global one.
Oh, cool. Love global. Oh, but we have to see like their ugly mugs. Okay, that's a little bit better. We could actually these
I
are
don't know if I
great
scroll
numbers.
past it.
Yeah, there you go. Genuinely, I'm
Yeah.
looking for it. If we get the outcome that is the most desirable considering our circumstances, meaning that I don't get to see his ugly face ever again, I will believe that reading his fucking essay will have been worth it.
I mean, you chose to do that. No one made you do that. What
I
the
know, but
fuck?
it was funny, and in the end, I felt like I lost at least 4 brain cells of the 6 that I had before.
Oh, well, that's good.
I still have 2.
I'm gonna leave it just so you can see their wonderful smiles. God damn. Doing terrible at the scroll wheel today. There we go. I think it looks pretty good there. Okay, now I'm gonna sleep. I bet you're gonna be woken up in the middle of the night. I was woken up in the middle of the night. Weak from lack of food. It's so dramatic. Like, I just. It's gonna be my announcement every day I wake up. I'm weak from lack of food. I need breakfast. Eat. What if I eat lunch? I don't understand the word lunch. Yeah, right. Fucking intermittent fasting people.
So
Right.
bets on who resigns first, Jugmeat or Pierre.
I mean, I feel like I was gonna
Isn't this
say
tough to
Garen.
say?
I was gonna say guaranteed Polyev because I can see saying like continuing to cling on,
He's
but
wanted to be
I can
prime
also see
minister
Polyev
since he was a
continuing to cling on.
he wanted to be prime minister since he was 16 years old, and he
Yeah.
gets. uh,
Okay, so what's going on with the Green Party here? Because when I was scrolling through, I think it was a CBC site, and they were just like showing like, okay, like the leader watch. So it showed Elizabeth May as leader of the Green Party, and then it showed this Jonathan Pedneau as
okay,
leader of the Green
yeah,
Party. Are they co-leaders?
and I don't know what the hell's going on with the Greens anymore. Like Elizabeth May is the only person who's ever managed to like hold any sort of actual stature in federal politics. And like she leaves to no longer be leader, and then the whole party just imploded because some other person ended up taking over, and there's all this drama around what sort of powers that she could have and so forth. Basically, from the sounds of it, is that Elizabeth May left a mess behind, like kind of everything centered on her. So then she's sort of back, but she sort of isn't. And then there's this guy, like I don't even know him. That's like I haven't even said his name, and I don't think I ever will.
Okay.
Yeah, that should tell you enough right here.
Aoife's here. Hi, Aoife. What
Hello,
is?
Aoife.
I feel like I don't know enough deep Elizabeth May lore to know. I just realized that I cover the seat number just by making their smiles appear.
Man, Jason Kennedy, Canada's biggest asshole, somehow is no longer Canada's biggest asshole. Uh, well, CBC has made their call. They're projecting a liberal government.
Look, yeah, not they didn't specify a minority or anything.
No, no, they just said liberal government. So, you know, that'll be probably like good. Pierre Polyev has lost.
That's a good feeling. Yeah, well, the collapse of the United States and the just sort of general world order as we know it will all have been worth it to prevent Pierre from winning this election.
I posted in a Discord just now. CBC projects Pierre Polyev lost. I didn't say liberal government.
That's really good. I forgot to check what my gas is. Look at gas gauge. I guess I can look at the truck. Okay, I'm good. I have enough to go to Winnipeg. East. Right, Winnipeg is east? Yes. Okay.
It tells you a lot about my politics when I don't say anything about Carney. I just say Pierre Polyev lost because I don't like I wouldn't have voted for the Liberals. But here's the thing: the Liberals have gotten 50% of the vote share so far. Like, and the Tories are at 38%. And then everybody else is like under 5%. Like the Bloc Québécois and the NDP are more or less tied. But it's just the fact that the Liberals have already had a seat change of a gain of 23, and the Tories have lost 5. The Bloc have lost 12, and the NDP have lost 6. Like, this
It's a
isn't.
good
This
sign when
is.
you've tied the party that only runs in Quebec.
It's just this is the weirdest thing in my life.
Okay, so I made it to Winnipeg. I have my 4 commodities. Sell coal,
Also, Aoife, it's good to see you.
deliver coal. Because we set it to 4 things and we got 4 things. We got coal, canola, barley, and oil, right? And it
Yeah.
told me to go to Winnipeg. You must use your radio. Use radio. See, but that the radio for help is just to get the tow truck, right? Um, options. God damn it. Chat, which inventory. All right, inventory. Where's my oil? Did we not buy the oil?
I don't know. I'm not playing the game.
No, we went up. We bought oil.
No, you didn't. You left Grand Prairie because you went to sleep or something.
No, we went up to Fort Mac.
I'm pretty certain you went to Fort Mac. Sorry.
Because I said buy oil, and then I remember saying buy oil and then buy gas because we needed gas for the. Okay, so if memory serves, the reason this game was brought up was because somebody was nostalgic for this game.
Yeah, but
All right.
Nostalgia doesn't make sense.
It's not like Oregon Trail.
You can be nostalgic for stupid things.
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah.
But I bought the oil. Okay, all right. We're driving west.
All you're yelling about it is not going to change the fact that it's not in your inventory. So better get driving.
Does the weather ever get bad enough to, I don't know, crash me? Did you, though? Did you pick up the oil? I feel like I did. And we're going to check the tape later because this is all being preserved on YouTube, so,
Oh, thank God for that.
and or Twitch. We went to
oh,
Fort
so
Mac,
I
but
should
didn't
start
pick up
saying
because
all
they
the
were
slurs
closed.
now, then, right?
Oh, so I typed buy oil, and then it said you have to wake up, or they're closed till 10 p.m. And then I bitched about that and went to sleep. And then I woke up and didn't buy the oil.
So, I just found the video of Pierre trying to file his vote. And the reason why I wanted to see this video is because you have to remember his writing had the vote that was basically a meter and a half long.
Yep.
Let's see here. I'm looking at the video at the moment. I'll put this in the chat for everybody. All right, so here's this is for everybody else. You can go look at this. So he comes in, he's doing his vote. Let's see here.
I can put it on screen.
Okay, well, it's in the chat. Skip about to, let me see here. Okay, here we go. Skip to about 3 minutes in. Don't bother with the rest of it. It's just him being a smarmy motherfucker who is getting his just desserts at the moment.
Can you guys hear the video?
Oh, yeah. I can hear it.
Okay.
The ballots. I'm sure you saw over there. This big long one here. Let's mark it down. Exit.
If I was the leader of a federal party running to be the prime minister, I would totally go vote like for a different candidate. Just as sort of like, you know, when you do the little like cheeky dance with the football before you get into the end zone, like that level of confidence.
I know. I want to see him lose his seat. I'm going to look up his seat while I'm here. It's Ottawa Carleton that he's in.
Step down in shame.
Results. Let's see what it looks like here. Toronto Star, I guess. What do we have so far for Toronto? Nothing is in yet.
Wait, was I supposed to be watching for the giant ballot, or what?
Yeah, you'll have the giant ballot.
Okay, I totally was not paying attention. So,
His riding had the most advanced voting in the country, by the way.
oh, that's pretty funny. Oh, it's being covered by the game, but
That's fine.
let's just. No, I can hide it. I can hide it. We hide the DOS game. We can
Oh my
even.
God.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that ballot. That meter and a half long ballot.
How? Where is that?
Are you not familiar with So there's this like electoral reform protest going on. It's like a formerly Rhinoceros Party associated thing, and there's like a vague sense of trying to make a political point about first past the post, and so the whole uh, thing, which I think they've done a couple times, like they've done this in previous elections, if I remember correctly, and the whole thing was to run as many independent candidates as possible, just to like make a mockery, I guess, of first past the post, and they did it in Poilievre's riding, which is very funny.
Okay.
So he has to vote for
I
himself
was
on
very
this
excited.
giant fucking scantron the size of.
Hilarious. He's gonna have to get someone to.
I would love to have one of these for myself. I think having one
Oh.
of these for myself would just be like, yeah, look at this. I know it has this fucker's name on it, but don't worry, it's funny.
We'll have to get some like we'll have to get some replicas printed as merch.
It's so funny.
The first
Commemorative
response,
Polyev ballot.
the first response I got to posting on Blue Sky about this is like, hope they don't pull a labor. And it's like, let's not talk about the United Kingdom. I have many opinions about the United Kingdom. Very,
Oh, boy.
very normal opinions about the United Kingdom.
Well, it's a very nice.
Yeah, they're doing more bad shit. Hey, they're starting post that ruling. I don't
as
know.
a
It's weird.
as a dual Irish Canadian, I have very strong opinions about the United Kingdom.
Mm. As a as a queer dual Irish Canadian, you have
I have very strong opinions
a
about the
bevy
United
of
Kingdom.
opinions.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like that should be par for the course for humans, but.
My relatives are visiting from Ireland at the moment, and so was seeing them yesterday, and we had a very lengthy conversation about recent stuff in the UK. Because it's my cousin and his husband, so you can just kind of guess what sort of conversation that was.
I heard this is just so so tangential, but I've been watching the Oilers as one does, and
That's suffering, but go on.
yeah, oh yeah, it was such a fucking good game last night. It ruled.
All right.
So anyway, so the broadcaster on TV now is Jack Michaels, who started as the Oilers broadcaster when Rod Phillips got old. So he's been calling Oilers games forever, and he's actually grown on me a bit because he was always I don't know. It's always just weird to hear a broadcaster replace. Like you just get used to someone, and he felt like too intense, too over the top, whatever. But yeah, he's just this guy like, wow, that's hockey. He shoots the thing, and it's like I don't know. I don't care for like the broadcasters generally, so I never paid much mind. But in this, so in this recent broadcast, he was saying something about like, oh, my partner, as in, I don't remember the context, but I thought it was something as in, like going out to dinner with your partner and having this kind of, they go on these little asides when they're
Yeah.
doing play by play, and I was like, oh, that's nice and like modern of him to like call her his partner, and then he starts using like he him pronouns for the partner, and I was like, shit, do we have like an openly gay broadcaster? Did I not know this? Like, which like obviously that's nothing like. It's a low bar to clear in terms of, I don't know, social progress, but I'm like, I don't think I've ever heard a sports broadcaster talk about like, his husband kind of shit before. But having said that, I also am thrown into a lot of doubt because he keeps calling his broadcast partner Louis DeBrusque partner. So maybe he was actually just referring to his broadcast partner in the third person. So maybe he's not at all.
Maybe.
I don't know. If you know Jack Michael's sexual orientation, write in. Thank you.
Although if you don't have to tell us either.
Okay, so we
Oh my
have
god! So
to.
the CBC election tracker is just busted at the moment. I have to imagine. Not only are Canadians checking it out, but so are Americans. Can you please, if you're in the United States, please stop looking at our own stuff right now. We'll tell you on the
Yeah,
TVs.
we do not. You do not have permission to look at our election.
Yeah,
Uh,
please leave it alone.
Stay down there.
okay, so I need some sleep and some gas. I think. Gonna be woken up in the middle of the night. And I'm weak from lack of food again. So do I just crash if I don't eat, or do I?
Yeah, you already had an accident because you like.
No, that was from not sleeping.
I imagine if you don't eat, you'll crash your big rig as well.
Only one way to find out.
I don't think you should find out with a vehicle that weighs as much as a house.
Well, the restaurants are not open, so can I buy gas? Will this buy me enough time to buy food? Hell yeah. Phase Cafe. Sick of Phase. It's always a good meal, too. You never get a bad meal in this game. All right, so we are going northwest. God, this is
So I'm
such
in
a waste
a
of
I'm in
time.
a UK Discord, and somebody who's still awake says, "Congratulations to Mark Carney for proving you could be the governor of the Bank of England, the Bank of Canada, and Canadian Prime Minister. A glass ceiling finally shattered."
Yeah, thank God we got all the lawyers out of office and we're finally going to have a banker. Northwest.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we finally have someone from Bay Street running this country once again.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, he was in Goldman Sachs, wasn't he? I don't
Oh
think
God,
he
I don't know.
because he was with who was he with? Goldman Sachs was where he was working before he became Bank of Canada governor.
I'm gonna take your word for it. I truly did not know a ton of shit about Mark Carney before the leadership race. So Eva says, my friend who works for the CBC says he's never seen six-figure chart beats. What does that mean?
Six-figure chart beats.
What's that? Is that a rap thing? I've got six-figure chart beats. Is that a brag? Okay. Buy oil. God, I kick ass at this game. I'm really sorry you're missing out on the. Yeah. I could make it come out through the TV, honestly.
52% vote share for the
God, this place is
Liberals.
depressing.
Or 40, no,
It's-
okay,
Yeah, of course it's
48.5.
depressing. It's Alberta. It's
Black
Fort
sky,
McMurray.
black pavement.
That's what Fort McMurray looks like. It's just
Oh,
black
okay.
everywhere.
I'm just saying.
All right,
So I
let's
actually
see.
worked in. Hang on, let me do this real quick. So the.
They don't have anything for Carleton because probably their ballots are too fucking long. I like this.
That's very funny.
This is great because not only does he gets to see him lose the prime ministership, but he doesn't know his own fucking results. So I want this to take a week because I want him to have sleepless nights knowing whether or not he has a job. This is
That's
this
valid.
is this is great torture for this man. The most punchable man in the entire fucking country. And that's
Hey,
saying
hey.
much.
Second most punchable man. I maintain my crown.
No, I wouldn't hit you. But like, yeah, 0 out of 262 polls reported. Like, they're just going through this and like, okay. Oh,
Wow, I won't even acknowledge my fuck you.
I didn't hear you.
Okay, so no, the game won't acknowledge. See, it always says I don't understand or like you can't do that. When I say fuck you, it just ignores me. Like it does not even want to engage with the children trying to write swears in the game. So like any good and proper Albertan, I did my my brief tour of duty in Fort Mac. And I was working in the Suncor refinery, I think. And I was doing Industrial fireproofing, which is like even among the trades is a shit trade. Like it's just incredibly dirty. I don't know. I'm sure that stuff is going to also turn out to be asbestos as well, or whatever. I guess asbestos was fireproofing. Yeah, who knows? So we were working on the edge of the refineries where we had our little like tent set up,
Yeah.
and we were working under a thing called the coker. And I'm not a petroleum engineer or anything, so I don't know what the coker does, other than it spits out a fine black sand every once in a while. It just kind of rains it down on you. And so I had, so obviously, like I was all, clean shaven then. So that you would have a respirator, and it's like, yeah, you really should use the respirator, especially when you are mixing the pyrocrete. That's the heavily heat resistant,
I'm actually
kind of like
trained in using
lightweight.
that stuff, by the way.
Oh, really? In
Yeah.
pyrocrete?
No, in respirator use for these sort of facilities.
Do you mean like an SCBA?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'm just talking like a fucking like, not an N95, but the ones with a little like just a strap onto your face. I don't know. Like
No, no,
not
no, no, no,
anything
no,
with an
no. Sorry.
oxygen tank.
No. We're not talking about an SCBA. We're talking about a full-on, not a rebreather or anything like that. We're talking about like I have been trained to actually enter facilities that are like would have corrosive gas and so forth.
Hmm.
So I'm familiar with the PPE required to go into these sort of spaces. I don't want to be in them. I've been in them a couple of times and it sucks.
Why can't I sleep in Fort Mac?
You've done too much coke.
No sleeping, only digging.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not allowed to. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna drive southwest in the middle of the night.
I'm gonna go grab some something in a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, of course I got in an accident. I wasn't allowed to sleep. This is the most bullshit. Did you get the clicky noises in the TV now?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. You get to enjoy it with everyone else. Radio for help. Great. I'm going to lose so much money. I'm just going to finish driving.
All right. I had to grab a non-alcoholic beer because it's a Monday night. I learned my lesson from the 2016 election to not drink on election night.
What the fuck was that clown? Did you see that evil clown on the side of the road?
No?
Oh my god. Did anyone else see the evil clown? Okay, so it was just me hallucinating because I haven't slept enough.
Good.
God damn. So anyway, I worked in Fort Mac, and it was like, yeah, when you mix this shit, like you should really have your respirator on at all times. Like I worked with
Yeah.
this kid, and this is a tangent we can't get into, but he was like a converted Mormon. Like he was a young Mormon convert. I worked with 3 fucking Mormons. I think he got converted by this couple. They were very nice.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, we can't get on the Mormon tangent.
Well, they're actually my
Oh, it was
favorite
a
character
hitchhiker. That
in
does make
Leviathan.
sense.
They're my favorite people in Leviathan Wakes.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's a book.
Oh, okay.
This is
We've already
you don't-
established I don't
you
read
obviously
books.
don't read science fiction, but that's okay.
No, I haven't even read Anna Green Gables, which is like the intro level sci-fi. I can't even get through that. So, all right. So, okay, you're gonna eat food. So anyway, this guy wore his respirator all the time, and it was very hard to do. I think one of the reasons he wore it very religiously was that. So we had 2 guys on our crew named Ron, and there was swearing Ron who didn't he didn't last the entire time I was there because he got busted for DUI coming into camp. It was a dry camp, and this is not like he's getting ripped before he goes back to Edmonton or whatever. He got like I don't know if he got a DUI because I don't know if he got arrested. It's just that he was caught, I think, by like the camp guards or the camp staff, the gate staff. I don't know. He came into camp trying to like drive drunk, I think, and so he got fired. So anyway, that was the end of swearing Ron. Old Ron was, I think, too old to be doing this shit. And I can't remember the guy's name, but young Mormon guy,
Yeah.
solo Mormon guy, said that he was just in the bathroom one day and old Ron was just like hacking up pure black into the sink, and then old Ron just looked at him and was like, "Wear your respirator, kid." And she's like, I always wore my respirator after that. Yeah, really cool stuff.
It's like that scene in fucking Stranger Things at the end of the first
I
season.
haven't seen it.
God damn it! I can't make any pop culture references with you.
No.
So uncultured.
Look, if your pop culture references are for the 1988 NES game Blades of Steel or like, I don't know,
I
Corner
actually
Gas,
sold
I
my
got
physical copy of that game recently.
that. Well, I mean, it's all digitized now.
Yeah, it's fine. Nothing can be deleted from the internet.
That's right.
Oh
Computers
yeah,
are safe
unfortunately.
So um, oh my god, I struggled to always wear my respirator because it was really hot. This was July and August, and it was just very hot, and so we had these like 30+ degree days, and especially like working in your fire retardant coveralls and your mask in the hot sun and trying to like slave over the stupid pyrocrete mixer, it would get so sweaty that the thing would just start sliding off my face. And I was like, well, okay, that's is defeating the purpose of having this respirator.
Right.
So fuck it. So I'm just gonna like put it on when I'm mixing shit and then take it off when I'm done, because then I can like not just be a giant bucket of sweat.
Right.
Because I was trying to wear the one that fits over your face like this, right? Young Mormon man, like he wore the full face one, so I think that's why it stayed on
I'm
better.
assuming you shaved your beard.
Oh, I couldn't grow one back then, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was clean shaven. Because yeah, you had to be.
Yeah.
Although I remember somebody in those trades talking about a guy they worked with who, for whatever reason, maybe he was in a job where he like wasn't having to wear it, and then he did have to wear it, and like protest, he just like shaved respirator lines into his beard.
I mean,
Which I mean, if it works,
sure.
yeah.
It would look really fucked up, but then maybe it starts like a trend. So
Yeah.
if the Liberals can get 7 more seats, they have a majority.
Okay.
This again is not. We spoke about this 5 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and we were like,
It is
it
quite the different
it is
situation.
It's bizarre.
City of Bridges. World famous bridges. Yeah. So sorry, I just saw this in the chat. The black lung is real. Yeah. So old Ron had the black lung, and I hopefully don't have black lung because I wasn't working that long. But I would just only put on the respirator when I was actively mixing. That was my form of harm reduction. But every time the coker would start spitting out its black shit, I just remember like, being it's just like a fucking diving for your gas mask in a World War I trench, where it's like, oh fuck, I need to go grab the respirator and like slap it onto my face, because it would just leave this like black coating on all the vehicles there. So fucking nasty. That was the minorly nasty part. What was truly bleak was, like I said, we were at the edge of the site. So when you looked over the little like concrete barricade, you could just see the endless. It was like you would make it look in some sort of apocalyptic movie to demonstrate how destroyed the environment was, because it was just this like it was like a Star Wars planet. Instead of being like all red or all white, it was just all black, just an endless expanse of black with these nasty vehicles driving on it as far as the eye could see. Like it felt like you were on like a prison planet, or yeah, just I could still vividly picture of it. It was just such a bummer to look at.
I'm watching the CBC, and it's Alberta is pretty much blue, which isn't a surprise. It's Alberta for you.
Right.
But once again, it should have a sea of orange, and the places it needs to be a sea of orange.
Edmonton South.
Edmonton South.
Edmonton Strathcona.
Oh yeah, sorry, Strathcona, my old neighborhood.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, but still technically where I voted.
let's see here. Winnipeg is all red, except for apparently one riding is it Winnipeg West? No, Winnipeg Center is NDP, and then the outskirts of Winnipeg are blue as well. But but show us Edmonton and Calgary, because those are the places that kind of paint a picture. Because we've seen it happen. Saskatoon is all blue, but there's only 3 ridings in all of Saskatoon.
So, is it just like a random event, I wonder, where sometimes you get a traffic ticket for sleeping? Or is it you just are not allowed to sleep in Fort Mac?
Oh, there is red in Alberta.
Oh, yeah. Where's that?
Calgary, 2 ridings,
Really?
and then one hasn't been called yet. I'm assuming that's Calgary McKnight, so near the airport in Calgary Center.
Damn airport liberals.
Damn airport liberals. All right, let's go to Edmonton. Let's see what Edmonton's doing. Ah, yes, Edmonton Strathcona has yet to be called.
All right, we've made it to Winnipeg.
All right, let's see what
Congratulations, mission
Vancouver is showing.
accomplished.
My riding has gone NDP, not a surprise. The riding to my north has gone NDP as well. Kind of doxing myself, I'm aware. We got a bunch of
Yeah,
red,
moving.
especially in the rich parts of Vancouver proper, as well as in
I
West
want to
Vancouver.
get to the Calgary Stampede.
Oh
Hell
my
yeah.
god. Have you been to the
That's
Stampede?
awesome. Oh yeah, I made a back when I was trying to be a YouTuber, but in a different way. I used to make videos where I would go around asking people like questions and like splice it together in an interview. And I went to the Calgary Stampede. I could put on a clip. Um, the so the questions I was asking Calgary Stampede, a bunch of them centered around trying to, because like you go to like Calgary is a place where like for context, I was living there at the time. I lived there for almost 2 years, and to me, there's a bit of like a cosplay cowboy thing. Like I had
Oh
some
yeah.
friends from Edmonton come down, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, it's a Stampede. Let's buy a cowboy hat." Like speaking as a guy who literally likes to cosplay as a cowboy, but but when I do it, there's the obvious necessary touch of self awareness. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the Stampede and I'm gonna fucking, like gotcha all these fake cowboys and their fake cowboy hats. So I asked people questions like, when's the last time you were on a horse? And they're all like, yesterday. And I was like, oh fuck, okay. So they got my ass. And one of the things was, can you flip your hat and catch it on your head? And the results were tremendous. Maybe I'll go dig up that clip and we can play it. Yes. So to answer your question, I have been to the Calgary Stampede. Several. I go. The great thing about both K Days, formerly Capital X, formerly Klondike Days, whatever order that happened in, is it's actually an incredible value on the concerts. Because if you just buy a gate admission and you don't go on any rides and you don't do anything else, you get in for like $15. And you can often get, if you get there early, you can be like what would be in an arena, like standing room floor seats, as close to the stage as you want to be. Like all for whatever the price is at the time in history, 10, 15, $20. Like incredible deal. And also, like in my opinion, the acoustics are way better because instead of the horrible reverberance of an arena,
Right.
you're just outside and it just sounds nice. I don't know. So like I've seen so many groups there. I've seen Great Big Sea there. I've seen Alan Doyle solo. Between the two of them, I saw Metric at least once. That I went to Katie's this year and saw Metric. Who else have I seen at those? Anyway, a ton of artists. So great way to see music.
Well, I've been to Calgary during Stampede weekend, and all I got out of it was the worst traffic of my life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be driving during the stampede. You don't want to be. Oh, yeah. With the last. Oh my God, was that last summer? I think it was last summer. No, no, it was the summer. It was summer 2023. Um, I was staying with friends in Calgary, and I had some like work I could do at the time, and I if it was at the Metro concert at this summer's K Days, or no, at the Calgary Stampede, because K Days doesn't have the train. Yeah. Anyway, now I don't remember what I was talking about. I was hoping you did.
I also have the most appropriate. This is a very famous Canadian election photo, and right about now it is summarizing exactly. Hold on a sec. Bloody freaking.
What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I was staying in Calgary, and in the Calgary Stampede, a thing that they will do around town is Stampede breakfast. Have you heard of this?
Yes, it's actually popular prime minister showing up to do a photo op.
Yeah, that's definitely a whole thing. Stampede breakfast is a great time to do a photo op. So there'll be one or two of them somewhere in the city, like every day of the Stampede, and they'll be put on by like businesses that like want to promote their restaurant, or like they'll be put on by sometimes like an MLA or some sort of politician. So because of the way I was working, which I think I was like maybe coming down doing some event shifts or something. Anyway, I had like a whole week in Calgary to do whatever I wanted. So I tried to get the free Stampede breakfast every single day. I think some of the days I tried to get two Stampede breakfasts. And I got really bloated.
So this photo, I just shared an image. This is actually very. This is of Robert Stanfield when he was up against Pierre Trudeau, and it's considered to be the image that cost the federal conservatives of the time the election.
This is their. I'm not going to make an American reference here. Let's just.
It's a very Canadian photo.
Now, if I was a good streamer, I would set up hotkeys so I can just do this quickly. Oh hell yeah!
Oh god, that's so embarrassing.
Okay, so here, okay, so we have some breaking news out
Oh
of
yeah!
out of Ottawa Carleton. So far, Pierre Poilievre is
Ooh.
losing.
Ooh!
I
Can you say?
right now it's too early to say because it's 1 out of 266 polls, but it's 582 votes for the Liberals and 405 for the Conservatives in that riding. If he loses his seat, I am going to die laughing so hard.
Can you send me that link? I'll put it up on the screen.
That's what he deserves.
It's just sent actually. It's just to tell. Oh, and it was showing the long ballot
Oh,
on the
okay.
CBC. This is on the CBC right now.
Long ballot.
I cannot
This is,
believe it is a full meter long. Okay, so I said a meter and a half earlier. This is a meter and a half. Sorry, this is a meter long ballot. Also, they just
Yes,
said
thank you.
160
But that was
seats.
I was trying to work in a man getting hit in the
Sorry,
groin
it's
by football
338,
reference.
not. So they need 9 more seats. I don't know why I said 159 seats. I meant 169 seats. So they need 9 more seats to get a majority.
Oh. Let's check in with Canucks Whistler Discord. Cut to video feed of Pierre's HQ in Ottawa. Looking a bit sad. Ooh. We got a Canadian Steve Bannon?
Is that guy behind?
Wait, what has happened here? Oh, I have to copy the link. Dumb. This is our Canuck Steve Bannon.
Oh my god. It's him.
What else are they posting in here? Apparently, someone on TV said the sheer girth of it in reference to
Holy
the
shit!
long
What is
mallet.
this guy?
I don't know. It's just I think he's someone in the Polyev Brain Trust. These people are taking photos of their TVs, man. You can't
I know you can't
ask
fully
too much of
trust
them.
it.
This is our rather despondent looking man in the Pierre's HQ. Is that Pierre? No, that's just a guy.
That's just a guy. He looks kind of like Tucker Carlson.
Where they are, and it looked like there were
A little bit.
so many empty seats. It was like 60% empty seats.
I want to know what I. Oh man,
Oh,
I
right,
wanted.
so
I would love to
empty.
know what the vibes are like in Tory HQ.
I mean, are they any better or worse than usual?
Oh no. I want them to be sullen.
That's the full version of it. How do we go to my channel? We're going to learn how to use YouTube in real time. View your channel. So this is my channel where you can actually watch the pre-podcast shit I was making. I recorded so much video footage on my trip like 5 years ago that I was in this format, which was like a very unsuccessful format. And
Okay.
I recorded hours and hours and hours worth of video.
Yeah.
And then I just never edited anything because I came back for COVID and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to play a lot of RimWorld. And this is the one. Okay, the word cowboy wasn't in it. And then by the time I like was ready to make shit again, I just started making a role-playing podcast that also failed. So I have all of this like archival video footage that is now just increasingly old. It's like 5 years old. And I'm like, well, maybe
That's why
one day I'll get to it.
I keep all my video for B-roll.
Yeah. Okay, so this is me asking people at the Calgary Stampede to flip their hat and catch it on their head and let me know how like the volume is.
Go for it.
Oh, royalty-free music.
I used to do it when I was young, but I can't do it when you flip it like this and you grab it. That's as much as I can do. I used to do it and I got arthritis, so I can't do stuff like that.
Absolutely not. I'll try.
Do I get a prize if I do it?
I'm gonna go back there. Nope, can't do it. It's not even worth trying for me.
Oh man, everybody.
Flip it that
The
way.
the teepees are.
No, I can't.
Nope.
No, I think it
Love
was
seeing a
the other
howlet.
way.
I think it's a howitzer, right?
I don't know. I'm not that kind of nerd.
No. Not well.
Oh God, probably not. I don't know, we'll see.
I would probably be so angry if I knew how any of these people voted.
No, not quite, but okay.
Okay, I'll try. The wind is blowing. I feel like I'm at a disadvantage.
Excuses.
She almost did it.
Does that count?
Close.
Definitely partial
I think it's
credit.
easier with a hard hat.
Yay! It just takes
It's
one
pretty
of our-
good, right?
It takes one of our troops to pull it off. That's all.
That's right. That's who's going to be defending our borders. I was so fucking impressed. I think it was his first. It might not have been his first try.
No,
Anyway,
close enough.
good on that kid.
All right, one more. Not a chance.
Yeah. All right, where were we? Did you get the live results for PolyFC?
I get to go take a look here what the results are so far. It'd be really funny if they called it already. But on one hand, I'd be fine with it if it's a good thing. On the other hand, I'd be like, God damn it! I was hoping we would have to wait till tomorrow.
No, I mean if they call it, we can end the stream.
Well, you need to wait for the majority. Well, if it's a majority and minority, we will know in about 8 seats.
All right. Well, our entertainment was this game, and we've beaten the game. Now, I get the impression that the entirety of this game is just getting a random sprinkling of commodities, and that you just have to remember, well, intuit and then remember which town has the commodities in it, and then
Yeah,
just
and
kind of
it
go
just
through
you
them.
can just replay it and then start off somewhere else.
But you just kind of go through the motions once you know how the game works, right? Like you just remember to eat, remember to sleep, remember to buy the commodities, and remember what towns the commodities are in, and then you just kind of have the same experience every time. Or
Right.
I guess there's something that introduces variables into this game, is what I'm wondering, because I don't know how good our replay value is going to be.
Sorry, I'm just trying to look. I'm just trying to get into the Carlton seat because. Yeah,
Oh, I
see,
assumed that my connection had fucked up.
no,
again.
no. I'm quiet because I'm trying to get this to work here.
Okay, well, chat, do you want to see this game again, or do you have another DOS game we can play on stream?
Hey, there's a copy of Cross Country BC that's on archive.org.
But is it like the same exact game?
Yeah, you just have playing BC, the best province.
That's why BC stands for Best Canada.
Best Canada, exactly.
What we should do is open it up to call-ins, like we're the radio, because I can give out the
Little cross-country checkup.
yeah, or we can have Sarah come over and do her excellent Trump into the microphone.
Oh,
It was
no.
so good. She read Trump's True Social post earlier. Aluminum. It was really good.
Aluminum.
I was thinking of how good it would be, like, if Canada did
Oh, thank you, EC
like-
Radio Canada.
like if Canada like consented to being annexed, but only if the U.S. government would take on our language laws, and then like U.S. presidents would have to have a French debate. And I was just kind of imagining like Quebecois Trump. Hello, bonjour, tout le monde.
Oh, let's see what the detail results here. So far, 57.1% for Bruce Fanjoy of the Parti Libre de Canada. I had to go on Radio Canada's website in order to
Can you send me the link? I'll put it on the screen.
here use this.
Envoie-moi le site web.
Yeah. So that is what it is so far, but it's only one like just one polling station reporting. Oh,
Vive le Québec, okay. Vive le Québec, libre.
imagine Trump speaking French.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, he would be speaking it so garbage.
Nous nous souvenons toujours au Québec, c'est ça? Je me souviens. C'est toujours, je me souviens. Je souviens ça. Aluminum. I can't really riff in French very well. I
No.
can remember like where is the train station. Okay, so I pasted our link here. Okay, wait, I could just read this in Trump voice. Le prochain gouvernement sera formé par le Parti libéral du Canada. I don't know. I can't do very good Trump in English anyway, so.
No, I can't do Trump's voice. I've lost that ability to make.
But you know who can.
It's Bean.
Hey, look, if we can get Bean on camera doing something.
Yeah, she's super not doing anything right now.
I showed this cat earlier on the stream, zonked out on the couch, and here she is now,
Still zonked out.
zonked out on the couch.
Yeah.
Aw.
Life.
Yeah.
My cat has since abandoned me. She has gone to stare at the feeder, which is going to go off in 10 minutes.
Yeah, these cats do that too. Like, as soon as it's 10 minutes to 5,
Oh no, much earlier than that.
No, mine. Yeah,
Okay,
mine
I was
goes
being
about like an
generous.
hour and a half
Easily
before in some
3:30.
cases.
They're like, I must make myself obvious and like running in front of you whenever you're walking. No, you will remember cats now.
Okay, so this is why I'm confused. You sent me the general French language results. Do I have to type in Caleton? 55 to 40. Okay, so he's getting like smoked in his own writing.
Cry about
Oh, it tells you whether they're a good chef. Oh, I once again you cannot see it.
Stay mad, Pierre. Stay mad.
We're just gonna paste that in a few places. That's pretty fucking good. Well, I guess to answer your earlier question, if Poilievre loses his seat and Singh doesn't, Poilievre resigns first. But
Either that or he starts going like the woke elections Canada.
yeah, so I was uh I was looking at the whole. Okay, so did you, Carrie, see the um Trump's True Social post today?
Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah, about let me make it explicitly clear that obviously he's like, yeah, Poilievre's a guy, right? But he's like, no, Poilievre will lead to the annexation of Canada. Like let me make that really clear on election day, which is just a very funny thing to do. And
Oh no, this is
why did I bring
interesting.
that up?
My writing may
Hmm.
flip to liberal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, the thing is like the conservatives losing is not that absurd in some ways. It's the NDP dying this hard in this election. Like, um, it's just wild to think that that could actually happen. That Jugmeat managed to almost kill the party.
This kills the party. Sorry. So how is he doing in his riding?
In Jugmeats? Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually a good question because I didn't even look because he's ooh,
His is Burnaby
ooh,
something.
Burnaby Center. Well, at the moment with 3 polling stations, he's not winning at the moment with 3 polling stations reporting out of 200. It's it's weird if he loses his own seat and Jugmeat loses. Sorry, and Polyev loses his seat. It's going to be funny.
Okay. Also, so I thought I read somewhere someone saying that in a classic case of people not knowing how to pronounce Sikh names, that it's actually pronounced Jugmeat and not Jagmeat.
I know I've been corrected on this too.
Right. I've been saying Jugmeat a lot, and then in the endless fucking radio ads I had to listen to in that truck stop I was at, where he's reading stuff, he keeps saying "Hey, it's me, Jagmeat." So is he just do? Is he like when French people say Montreal? Like it's just you're caving to how other people are saying it?
I don't know. I've been corrected to say it's Jugmeat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I
No, like
mean, I
that.
don't know.
But if it's like, and to be at the end of the day, um, Aoife's saying that's correct. It is Jugmeat.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to ask him. He'll have some free time
I,
after.
I I agree that the NDP collapsing is depressing. Like I've voted NDP consistently for the past 15 years. I have said this numerous times that Jack Layton ruined the party. The last good leader of the NDP was Alexa McDonough. Rest in peace. And
Do
the
you mean
leader that
in that
we,
Jack Layton pulled them to the center in a way that became irreversible and pointless?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, that's been my longstanding opinion. Like, I do think that he would have made a great prime minister, but one of the things, and we'll talk about this eventually, but like one of the things, like a lot of people compare Jack Layton to like Tommy Douglas, and I don't like that comparison
No.
because Tommy Douglas was somebody who was uncompromising. Jack Layton was willing to compromise.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, I think you could even make the case that that was at least a compromise era of politics, right? The conservatives trying to be progressive and all that, whereas now in an era where people are being uncompromising, even if they are being uncompromising racist or uncompromising psychos or what have you. It's like, well, you kind of need to like follow that. You can't be compromising while your opponents are being stubborn and being resilient, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Do we? So what's the temperature here? Are we gonna just play this game again and see if anything
Play one more time
else?
until they call,
All
until
right.
they hit 169, or or Polyev loses his seat. Which I don't think you were going to find out about the second one tonight. I'd be surprised considering.
Okay, so getting back to this game for a second, which is not on screen. So let's fix that. 69 new chat messages. I'm clicking OBS. What are you doing? All right. All right, so here it's giving me a breakdown. This is my total expenses, right? Oh, if I hit more, then it will tell me my.
Oh, did I lose you? Oh no, you're back.
No, rectimeter rapeseed is collected. So it's like we like my commodity print or display.
You're cutting out there, by the way.
Okay, so it tells you your costs, but it doesn't tell you like how well you did. Like my cost relative to what? How much money did I make on those four commodities? Or are you just trying to get the lowest possible cost? Like, is it just for your own personal? Turn the printer on a position paper. Amazing. Like it tells. I feel like it's missing half of a balance sheet here. It tells me my expenses and not my income. Like, can I just drive in circles around the country like 8 times with all my commodities and just keep racking up my bill?
I
And
feel
then
like
get
you're
to
going
the
to hit a
end and they'll be
limit
like,
with
"You
that
did it."
one. I feel like
Well,
you
I
would hit
guess
a
we're gonna
limit.
find out, aren't we? Do you want to play Kingdom and Save? No, I do not. Okay, well, so commodity table. Okay, but you have the game facts open, right?
I closed it.
I said earlier that your job was to be the politics expert.
I'm
No, now,
staring. I'm watching CBC at the moment.
now your job is to prevent me from making horrible mistakes, like leaving Fort
Um.
Mac without buying oil.
Well, I told you not to. You told you to buy oil, and then you left without buying it. I'm not. Not my fault.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go grab a drink. So why don't you tell the chat about what your favorite commodities are?
Oh, that's actually a complicated question. My favorite commodity is well, mighty fine question.
Yeah. So I asked it.
Potatoes are a pretty good commodity.
Barley is a good one. It makes beer.
I can relate to that right now.
Yeah, barley makes beer. Um, Weird. My neighbors are yelling on the patio, which is always great.
Oh, you like trucking? Name your 10 favorite commodities.
Barley makes beer. Wheat makes beer. Water, you can truck that, so it makes beer.
No, is this also not refreshing?
Um,
Wow,
yeah,
I
that's
refreshed
about
and
it.
you lost the seat. All right, so what if... I'm going to go back to splitting my screen. Because if the global website will refresh okay, then I don't need to do this awkward setup I have in real life. duplicate desktop on 1 and 2, please.
There's a
There
guy
we go.
on Blue Sky who had one of his charts stolen by Pierre for like some political pandering on Twitter. And then he posts that back then it's insanely funny to have the likely future Prime Minister of Canada just take my chart and intentionally crop out the watermark where I say I made it. And then now he quote skeets himself saying, "Let this be a warning to you all. Nobody steals my charts and gets to be Prime Minister of Canada."
That's right. Yeah, I did see that. Okay, so
Oh,
Aoife, you played Pit. I feel like my Pit references did not land with Carrie. Did you play? Was Pit a thing for you
I didn't
growing
play
up?
Pit.
Sarah, have you played Pit? I wonder if this is like an Alberta thing.
It's probably an Alberta thing.
Pit's a great game. We could play. I have the cards here. We would just need more people. Not on stream, but here in New Brunswick. If it did you have the new Pit or the old Pit? Because the old Pit is like wheat,
wow.
barley, corn, oat, flax, and the new Pit is like oil, platinum, shit like that. All right, let's get back to this game. Is it on screen? Yeah. Okay, so sorry, did you pull up the game facts?
Oh my god. Yes, I have it open.
Okay, I can. I mean, I could do it. I just.
I'm making fun of you.
Okay. Well. So what is the commodity table number, or is that just like? Is that like a seed, like a randomization seed?
I guess so. The thing is, like, the speedrunner brain in me says that there's probably some sort of number that gets generated. It might be time based, considering it's probably very rudimentary.
You can have two
So, like,
players.
if you played this game fast enough, you'd probably be able to like manipulate the RNG. So that's probably how it works.
So does it say anything in your guide about the number of players? Like, I would assume that.
You probably swap the keyboard back and forth or something.
Well, so then do you switch like every sleep or every turn, like every move?
Every time you fall, you drive into the ditch.
Okay, Eva responded. I think our copy came from Mama Grip in Manitoba. Prairie ass game. Yeah, exactly. The green one. Yeah. Yeah, I have my grandparents' old version of Pit. I think that one I kept in storage, and the one I brought with me traveling is the newer version because I don't care if bad things happen to it. It's not an antique. But yeah, it's more fun to play with grains than to play with fucking oil and gold and shit. I don't know. I also just associate the grains with like my shitty family affinity for puns, which thankfully I didn't get. I have good jokes, but you know, somebody would get a corner with barley, be like, "Oh, I'm barley winning now." God damn it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep it a one player. Number of commodities get. So this, I assume, is just like linear difficulty. So we can go to 9 commodities. Should we go to 9?
Do it.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, enter 0 to 9. So does it say anything in there about what the commodity table number is?
I don't. So I can tell you for the commodities that there's, by the looks of it, there's probably about probably like 18, I guess, 20 commodities you can pick from. So technically, you could put down like 19 and probably get all of them.
No, you can only. It's still 0 to 9. Like it's still.
Can you put in like A through F?
I know. I think it's just.
This is a
It won't
computer
let me do
science joke.
anything.
I'm sorry.
Oh. Haven't seen. None of your. I'm immune to all of your references.
I can't make pop culture references. I cannot make Canadian literary references. I can't make computer science references.
No. But if you got some references around like '90s hockey players. Boy, am I here for it.
Pavel Bure, Timo Solani, Marcus Naslund, Trevor
Pavel
Linden,
Burry, let me tell you, boy.
Kirk McLean, Gina Ojic,
You're
Marco
just.
Lume.
Can you name any hockey players that were not Vancouver Canucks?
Fuck you.
Have you seen the? I think it's Pavel and Valerie Burry, like in their like roller skate or rollerblade
Yeah,
and short
I
shorts.
had. Yeah, so so when I was a kid, I was gifted Pavel Bure's non-hockey card where it showed him on rollerblades on. Well, I think this is on Long Beach in LA, out in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do know exactly which photo you speak of.
Oh, but the chat must know. Although this is going to become a dangerous slope of me looking up weird old hockey
Who was the
pictures.
Adrian? What was the other card I got? I think it was like Adrian. Oh, what was his name? Was it a player named Adrian on the Vancouver Canucks?
Okay, it's just Pavel Burry. I thought Valerie Burry was.
Yeah,
in it.
so that's the card we're talking about. The
This is
card.
the Pavel and Valerie one. Okay.
Okay, I didn't know that one. But I knew about the other one. They must have been from the same photo shoot then.
I think. No, it looks like his shorts are different. Nah, maybe not. Maybe you just can't see the side of them. But anyway,
Yeah,
this is.
it's too bad Pavel Bure is very Russian, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, he's like he got put in charge, like Putin
Of
put
the
him in charge of the
national
Olympic
Russian team, yeah.
So he's
But
he's a Putin guy too, isn't he?
he's a Putin guy.
I think the only like emphatically non-Putin Russian player I know of is Panarin. Good on him. And of course, my sweet baby boy Ilya Bryzgalov, who's only made one dumb political comment in his life and then disappeared forever. Okay, wait.
Valerie
so this...
Bure was married to Candace Bergen, I believe, for a while. She was what's her face from Full House.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh,
I thought you were gonna say Anna Kournikova, but that was Pavel Bure. No, was that? I don't know if that was Pavel Bure. I think that was Fedorov. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Speaking of Vancouver Canucks, are you familiar with the? Who's that fucking shithead? Ryan Kessler. The Ryan Kessler, like that.
Yeah, I knew, but it was funny because I don't even follow hockey anymore, and I knew about that shit.
What shit?
Oh wait, no, I'm getting players mixed up. Go on, just don't let me.
I'm not talking. Oh, sorry. I've switched from. I've switched from talking about political bullshit back to photo shoots. Are you familiar with like the Ryan Kessler photo shoot?
No, go for it.
So this is from the body issue of Sports Illustrated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those
They went for
are
it.
weird, interesting photos.
Yeah, they Sports Illustrated did this. I think they do it like every year, where they just like photograph extremely like low body fat. Yeah, they do shit like this a lot of the time. I don't know. This is just what I think of when I think of Ryan Kessler as this photo. That's all I got for you.
You know what's funny? I didn't realize this. I went to go look up Candace Bergen. Candace Cameron. I keep saying Candace Bergen. Candace Cameron. Dave Coulier is responsible for having Valerie Bure meet Candace Cameron.
Oh,
Man,
he's also
Dave
responsible for the
Coulier.
absolute banger you ought to know.
Dave Coulier. Man, what a guy. Apparently he got diagnosed last year with non-Hodgkin lymphoma, is on chemo.
Oh,
Yeah. He's still he's an interesting man.
saw one of the all-time hockey photos.
Which one?
The Phil Kessel Team USA photo.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
He looks like he's just shocked to be like have a photo. It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Someone did a Was it a video? I think it's just an article where they showed a photo of Phil Kessel to their coworkers to be like, "What do you think this guy does for a living?" And everyone is like, maybe he's a computer programmer." This is another great Phil photo. All right, I can't get hold into that. Back to our live results. All right. We've got a lot of commodities to get through. I feel like we'll just crank all the numbers up. Let's see what happens. Maybe something cool will happen.
So as of
I'm
27
learning
minutes
that the Oblivion Remaster runs great with a YouTube stream in the background. Cannot believe this is not getting your complete and utter, rapt, unyielding attention.
So the NDP headquarters, I'm just looking at photos from the CBC's website. Very empty.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just it's being done somewhere in Burnaby. Imagine in probably some random hotel by the looks of it. And
I think you can do a screen share in Riverside. Hey, like you can also put up. It'll be on the bottom of our feed here, but you can put up some full screen photos if you want.
I can share this here. Let's see how this works. Come
Then
on.
you can. Hello, Will. Yeah, you can freeform it.
Let's
Instead
see.
of me having to navigate through my computer keeps like flickering when I try to alt tab. I don't know. I blame the DOS or the full screen or something.
Let's see if it works. If it'll cooperate here. So if I share my
Can't believe you'd be playing the Oblivion remaster when you could be playing Cross Country Canada, the thrilling game of commodities. Screen sharing permission. Browser lacks.
Oh, I have bad
Okay.
news. Maxime Bernier didn't get a seat.
Really?
Oh, what a shame.
You say his seat as though he had a seat to lose.
He just needs to
You know.
He didn't win, but like his.
he just needs to win.
Wait, was Paulie was a sitting MP, right? He had a seat.
Oh yeah, but Maxime Bernier, on the other hand,
Yeah. So that's what I'm coming back around
Maxime
to.
Bernier did have a seat once.
Did he win? Well, with the Conservatives, like he
Yeah.
never, like the People's Party has never won a seat, right?
No, thank God.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I was, yeah, going back to original thought, like he losing his seat as though it was ever his seat to lose. Okay, wait, hang on. These numbers have jumped up a lot on the screen I have. 154.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
all
the
over the place.
rejection. I mean, it's also that we're swinging through the prairies, I guess, with the called ones, right?
Yeah. Things are starting to normalize a lot more, but they're still calling a liberal government. Like the thing is, it's like I'm not even look too worried about that. It's interesting to because like no, it was 156, 152. Now it's 156, 149. Like there's not much for the NDP. Sorry, for the Conservatives to get at this point, and like
Mm-hmm.
the one I care most about right now is Pierre Poilievre's writing.
Yeah. I'll go back to the CBC election tracker if it will show me, because I like the little bar graph look. Not the poll tracker. Fuck you. Yeah, this one.
Like there's certain writings like North Vancouver Capilano hasn't been called. My writing is wow, it's tight. It's either going to be NDP or Liberal. Like a lot of them are just tight. The Bloc, on the other hand, is kind of interesting. I think a lot of the loss, like the Bloc, is going to be the kingmaker possibly, and it would have been weird. I thought everybody was being optimistic about about a majority, but like it just waiting for. I just want Pierre to lose his seat, even if the Liberals get a minority government. It's going to be a lot.
Okay, so this has come up.
Also, I can't share my screen. It's really been weird, and it only wants to share my whole screen, which you have to end up with like a super wide monitor anyway.
Okay. What was the thing being discussed? Whether somebody would win This is great content. Me trying to remember this.
This might actually work here.
I wish I could search threads. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I think I was wondering whether I think we were talking about when a prime minister loses their.
Loses their seat. Well, Mark Carney's already won his seat.
Yeah.
So that doesn't matter. But what you're talking about is so there are circumstances where that can happen. There's two outcomes for this. So you technically you can be a prime minister and and not have a seat, but it's obviously not. It's not a good idea. But there's two ways to do it. Either a new leader is just chosen, which probably might be ideal, or B, somebody gives up their seat and they call a by-election in a safe riding.
Yeah, you vamp for a bit. Okay. This was one article about. It has gone right back to that. Yes, you can visit that page. That's fine. Can you be the prime minister if you're not an MP? So this was actually I learned a little bit from this one.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
It's
Okay,
happened in Britain.
It's happened here several times, I believe. Come on, OBS. Here we go. No, I'm not fucking with hotkeys right now. We're just gonna do it the slow way. So this is when they were still choosing Carney. Yeah, expected to formally announce a bid for leadership. So this is before the leadership race was done. So John Turner. Yeah, so he did what Carney did. He won the Liberal leadership. Anyway, hanging out in the gallery there. I think Mackenzie King is one I'm thinking of. Yeah, so Mackenzie King did lose his seat when the party won. So they had to give him a by-election and parachute him somewhere else.
I didn't know that about King, but that's you can do that. Mackenzie King is a very special case in Canadian politics, though.
Yeah, I'm really going to dig into more of these prime ministers because I was looking at the greatest Canadian pitch episodes again, and trying to figure out who would be a good guest for each one. And there's just
was Mackenzie King in one of them?
He's not in the top 10. He's in the top 100, but there's only videos for the top 10. So the prime ministers, not only do we have to do Tommy Douglas, who has this electoral career, you have McDonald and Trudeau and Pearson, all of which are also just big electoral figures. And I was like, they're just the most.
You'd have to do some at least 3 episodes on each of them.
Well,
Pearson
what I
a
want
little
to
bit
do,
less, but
well, what I want to do is just do the greatest Canadian pitch episode separately, because I want to get through all of the greatest Canadian pitch episodes so that we can watch the debate, because the debate is totally fucking nutso. It's very entertaining, but I want people to be able to see all of the pitches first, and so they know all the advocates and stuff. So that's why I want to bang out a bunch of those episodes. But I'm like, fuck, I feel like I have to familiarize myself a little bit more with these prime ministers before we watch them, and so it's just they're so much denser. The one on Don Cherry was so easy.
Man, Don Cherry, I find I'm rather, how can I put it? I wish he wasn't on that list to begin with.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't have had a podcast. So
yeah, well, that's fair. That's how I found your podcast. But it's having watched a couple of episodes of that show, it's, man, Bret Hart's pitch was so vapid.
Yeah, don't worry. So one of the ones I'm going to record ideally this week is Deborah Gray's pitch for Wayne Gretzky, and it's not as stupid, but it's fucking stupid. Yeah, so that'll be fun. And okay, so because there's like
Oh,
only a
Andrew
handful of
Shear's riding. Did he win?
he's
Oh,
still has a
he's still
seat,
an
eh?
MP.
Good on him.
Oh,
Yeah, so the
go on, sir.
completely blanked here. No, I have completely blanked. Oh, right. So in the I'll give one little spoiler for the debate episode, because it's a small group of people listening. So the format of this is that all of the 10 candidates, sorry, the 10 advocates for the 10 candidates are all in a room having a debate together. And my assumption was that it's going to be like the most tedious fucking arrangement, like, you know, you get to say like a sentence and then like they turn your mic off and then they have somebody else like at a podium, they're going to give a little thing and everyone's going to golf clap. But it's like, no, they just throw all the candidates or the advocates into like a pit and they're like up in each other's face like they're doing battle raps. It's really, really good.
Mm.
Um like I think they were, if anything, told to actually like play up some of the disagreements. And so what they also do is there's a seating gallery, and each of the candidates, being the people you're voting for, people in their gallery are like other supporters of theirs other than the advocate. And so it could be like somebody, if they're a living person, it might be somebody they worked with, somebody they know. If they're a dead person, sometimes it's just like their descendants. It's like we have like Alexander Graham Bell's great 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 grandchildren. Like, okay. But they don't limit it to the advocates, where they start passing the mic into the
Alexander Graham
crowd so
Bell's
that
not even Canadian. That's the thing that pisses me off. But anyway,
yeah, well, that'll be a topic discussion as well. So it's like, okay, so they, for the Don Cherry thing, they passed the mic to a, I don't remember her name. It was a like a women's hockey star, like pre Wickenheiser, pre Cassie Campbell. I said it.
oh,
I don't think
you'll have to refresh my memory.
I don't think I recognize her name. But anyway, she starts talking, and unfortunately, she's going to bat for Don Cherry. But when they're introducing her as like, oh yeah, she's like the captain of Team Canada, and she won gold in Lillehammer, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, as they're introducing her as as a like co-advocate for Don Cherry, essentially, you can hear Melissa Aftermauer, who is, I think, is that David Suzuki's advocate?
Suzuki,
Who's she?
sure, I'd advocate for him.
Yeah.
I
So
would
Melissa
consider advocating for
Aftermauer
him.
just yells like completely. I think she does it off mic too, or she's just off screen. And when they show this female hockey player, it's like she goes like, "I wish we could have her in the contest instead." It's so good.
Christ. How many women were in the greatest Canadian list? Like, I assume one of them was Laura Secord, maybe.
Yeah. Let's pull up the list. It's actually kind of fun. So let's pull up. So I have to go to this every time I do it. Greatest Canadian academic kids, because this like
Viola
kids
Desmond
Wikipedia.
should be in the list. Let's see.
This
Oh, that's a sad list because there's no women in the top 10.
no, yeah. Oh yeah, have you not looked at this list closely? It's wild.
I've seen the list before, but you're refreshing my brain after not looking at it for like, how many
Yeah.
years, right?
Oh, here's the advocate. So yeah, it was Melissa Aftermauer for David Suzuki. I actually, as a bit of a spoiler, I really liked the way she framed it, which is that she does the sort of anti-jingoist thing of saying, where everyone else is saying like, here's what it means to be a great Canadian and love your country, and this, it's just like the petty jingoism and nationalism. And
Yeah.
Melissa Aftermauer was like, well, David Suzuki cares about the whole planet, which I think makes him the best person. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
actually
can
here for that.
support that.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got? So let's find the first woman in the list. Where does she place?
I
Nellie
believe it's
McClung.
Shania Twain.
Oh, Shania. Come the fuck on. Don't get me wrong. Why her before Celine Dion? Number one.
Because
Number
it was 2004.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
There's so
Number
much recency bias. So this is what I want to talk about when we
Nellie
get to
McClung is
Avril
a
Lavigne.
complicated person because she was a eugenist, but at the same time, like, who wasn't in the fucking that
Yeah,
fucking
I
time?
mean, Tommy Douglas did his master's thesis on eugenics, so
Yeah, there's that too. All right, Laura Secord is 35. Okay. Avril
yeah. So I have
Lavigne
to.
is 40. I'm so glad that someone my age was being considered.
So you probably know it's because I believe I put it in the episode, but her second album was not out yet.
Should she place lower than Celine Dion?
Okay,
That's
so
the
Ethan
least
said in
I
the chat,
could say.
extremely funny that Maxime Bernier was considered a serious political threat around the last election, and now he's lost his seat. I agree. I think it's even funnier that Pierre Poilievre was considered a serious political threat around this election, and he's also lost his seat.
He hasn't lost his seat yet.
Unknown soldier, that's not a person by definition. I agree, because they specifically said as part of the rules, you could not have fictional people or groups. And so I mean, is the unknown soldier not a group? That's such an American ass answer, you know? Like, who's the greatest Canadian? The troops. Like, fuck you. But I need solid confirmation on PP losing his seat. Well, we don't have solid confirmation. We just have some
okay, so as
polls.
the person
I
who's
know we
looking
shouldn't
at,
do our touchdown dance too early.
as
Sorry, go ahead.
there's 15 polling stations. Fortunately, Radio Canada's website's not down because the Americans aren't flooding it. But as it stands, with 15 polling stations so far, it's 59% for Bruce Vanjoy and it's
Pretty good
39%
lead.
for Pierre Poilievre. I'm going to go to sleep and wake up in the morning and then find out Pierre lost his seat, and I'm going to text random people and be like, "What a nice day it is today."
Yeah.
Elizabeth
Oh,
May is
Pierre.
going to win her seat. By the way, she has double over her
Yeah.
closest candidate. They're splitting between the Liberals and the Tories, and that's in opposition.
I mean, her riding's going to vote for her till she dies, and fair enough.
Yeah, I had a weird crush on that woman once.
Oh, okay.
She was my weird
But hey,
crush.
Pierre, if you feel bad, I'll make you feel better. I'll pack your bag lunch tomorrow.
That's a reference that only a handful of people will get here. Anyways,
Everyone in the chat.
so Ernie Coombs. Okay, Ernie Coombs should have placed higher than Shania Twain.
See, I mean, obviously I'm very biased because he
Well,
did our show, but I think Fred Penner was robbed.
Yeah, fair enough. Who else? Sorry, let's go down this list. We have
Oh, I'll flip back.
Lou Riel making it to 11th is pretty impressive.
Yeah, so
Like history has vindicated him at least.
yeah, I'm really excited to dive back into Louis Riel because it was one of those. See, there's
He's one of the banned episodes for Heritage Minutes.
banned episodes.
Yes, it's been removed. There's 3 of them that have been
Really?
removed. We're saving
That's
them for
interesting.
We're saving them for special occasions.
Okay. Yeah, because like a lot of the stuff that I like to cover is stuff that is never going to be is not history textbook stuff. Like I'm really excited for the upcoming Sean Avery series, but a lot of these are like some of them where it is a history textbook person is just like Isaac Brock, like I don't know what the fuck to say about the War of 1812. I don't care. I don't know how I'm going to cover that shit. But Louis Riel is one of those ones where I didn't care about it when it was taught in school, but now it's infinitely more interesting to me because I'm like, this is like, I mean, this is absolutely the long arm of the government coming down. People like just trying to live their fucking lives. Like it connects to so much of the shit we talk about of like wanting to have distinct identities and being forced to be assimilated, and yeah, it's wild.
Are you talking about Sean Avery, the hockey player, by the way?
Yes.
Fun.
Husband,
Oh my god. I'm doing that one with Nicole, but she doesn't know it.
So right now it's 163-46. If the Liberals can get 6 more seats, that's it. It's a majority. They don't need the BQ. I think they need
Oh.
170 or something like that.
So who else do we got here? Yeah,
No, I'm
because
sorry. You know
my,
what? I can't math.
I mean, it's 170 for a majority, right? Because 169 is half.
Yeah, 170 is what they need. Yeah.
So, yeah, the my goal is to do an episode like regular or bonus on every one of these 100 people in some way or another, even if I have to come at it like very sideways.
You know, out of that list so far, I've only met one of those people. That's Rick Hansen.
Oh, you have?
My
I've definitely never
sister
met any
used
of
to
them.
Irish dance with one of his kids.
Really?
Yeah. Scroll down. I want to see what the rest of the list. What we got here? Mario Lemieux. Okay.
There's so many
Laurier.
fucking hockey players.
I know. I don't really give a shit about hockey players. Rick Mercer would be a fun one. Although I don't know if I would put him in that list personally.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
I keep
it's
wanting
funny
to
because
do
I
an
think of.
episode on talking with Americans.
Oh yeah, no, that's probably what I was gonna do. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. Before I scroll past it, the thing about Avril Lavigne is like, it's so much recency bias because when I
Christian
think
Freeland's
of.
on the CBC right now. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. It was just yeah.
Okay, wait. Does this one jump out to you at all?
Mary Maxwell. It doesn't scream a name there to me. I'm trying to remember. Mary Maxwell.
I mean, when I hear Maxwell, I'm like, please be related. Please be related. Please be related. Not. So there's two
Ugh,
people on this list.
Mary
Actually, you know
Maxwell.
what? It says right here. I'm going to read from Academic Kids. At least 3 members of the top 50 got into the list by an active mass voting campaign among that individual's loyal, well-organized followers. So founder Harold A. Rogers, which didn't like fuck me up that much when I first saw it because I was like, oh, Kin Canada, like that's a thing. It's Rotary Club shit. Like I guess that matters to some people.
Oh, I just found her.
And then this Hal Anderson guy, I want to see if I can get him on because he's literally just like a Winnipeg radio DJ who asked everyone to vote for him, and he got like 45th place or something. Maybe he's in the.
Yeah, I don't.
Rest assured, he's
Mary
in there.
Maxwell would be a very complicated person to talk about from the looks of it.
But like she's literally no one. She's in this benign looking cult, I guess.
Yeah, I know you're talking about this cult. Yeah.
Well, but because I'd never heard of Baha'i, and so I looked up and I'm like, okay, this is going to be like Scientology, where the moment I start reading about it, you're going to realize it's fucked. And it just seems like I couldn't find anything scandalous was the thing. And I was like, is this just a person who just is in a weird religious sect that doesn't hurt anyone? Like I need her to be a bad person or this group to be a bad group in order to have something to talk about.
It, to me, it sounds like the reason why it would be spicy to talk about is because you'd have to talk about religion. And
Oh,
that
Eva, do you have
automatic.
Rick Mercer's phone number or anything? Can you just hit him up for me? Sorry, go ahead.
No. That's okay. I don't like. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to talk about a religion I barely know about. Like that's kind of what I'm looking at here, and it's just like, man, this is loaded.
Yeah. Well, let's look at the chat. Baha'i is the Esperanto religion, right? I hope that is true.
It.
I need that to be true.
Yeah, it's from Iran, and it has like setting in Haifa and Israel. Um, oh my god.
Yeah, there's definitely more than one thing from Iran. Yeah, Zoroastrianism is like, but that's like a known thing. Like again, I never heard of this Baha'i thing
I'm
before reading about the Greatest Canadians. So I want to believe there's something juicy, but I don't want to just shit on. Like I wouldn't want to shit on someone for being Zoroastrian because I know that's a quote unquote normal religion. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We've got forever to get through this list, but it's gonna get harder as get rid of the easy entries in the list, and I start getting into like, what the fuck am I gonna do about
There's some
some of these?
writings that are like borderline that may go liberal still. This is hilarious watching this.
Oh wow. A lot of the musician ones are also hard to know what to do with because I'm like, I could get someone come on to
Leonard
talk
Cohen
about.
would be a complicated character person to talk about.
I think I need guests who the musician is their special interest and they can just tell me about it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 34. Hal Anderson made it to 34 on pure like radio DJ voting campaign, which is very
Christ.
funny. He beat Laura Secord.
Diefenbaker being on the list is very amusing because he's the main reason why defense is the way it is in this country. Like the ramifications of Diefenbaker fucking over our own aviation sector in favor of just buying whatever the Americans give us and then just building bunkers as a way to deal with any sort of Cold War threats has not had any ramifications for the decades that followed.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to politicians too, in this contest, it was like because people made the initial top 100 by pure strength of nomination, like there's no down votes, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like conservatives would vote for their favorite conservative prime ministers, and liberals would vote for their favorite liberal prime ministers. You know, as we know, there's only two political ideologies. I mean, there are in prime ministers, and so like, yeah, like two completely opposed groups of people would nominate their own people and they get dumped into the same list because this idea of what makes a person great is just sort of like this vague shrug toward popularity, which is why you have yeah, I think I worked this into the original Don Cherry series where the guy on the DVD says that Riel was only like a couple hundred votes out of making the top 10.
Christ.
Which if him and McDonald were in the top 10, like they could have been revoted to like 1 and 2. Like it's so I don't know if there's a better word now like to use than schizophrenic, but like it's completely split in its um like I don't know. It really just to me goes to show how like ill-defined nationalism is because it's like what
Oh,
makes you great?
hate
Well, protesting the
nationalism.
government like Louis Riel. Okay, what makes you great? Inventing the government like John A. McDonald. Like okay, I guess they're both my hero.
So, I'm looking at this list. There's one person in particular that I'm very bemused by is Billy Bishop. Um,
Oh yeah.
Billy Bishop is probably one of the most interesting people of the early 20th century uh,
Really?
because he. Okay, so when we were talking about the Avro Arrow for our podcast, we actually
Mm-hmm.
ended up talking about the history of aviation in the country. So Billy Bishop naturally came up because he was like one of the earliest flying aces in World War One. He held the title of best flying ace not only in the Canadian. There's not really it wasn't a Canadian Air Force at that point, but the Canadian forces, however you want to refer to them as, but also in the entire British Empire. And what made him a real interesting person is fell off the roof and nearly died, but survived. Nearly got killed 3 times in the same month in World War One, and
Hmm.
managed to actually end up training pilots in World War Two. Like the guy just somehow managed to do so much shit in his life, and then to add to that, he ended up marrying into the Eaton family. like
Oh.
he, so the Eaton's department store chain, that famously for its aubergine colors, before it died off a year after that, has a
Hmm.
connection to Billy Bishop because he married the daughter of what was his name? Thomas Eaton? I can't remember his name. Um,
Couldn't tell you.
it's really funny because I actually ended up buying my um, some relatives. Like I was mentioning, I had family in town. They brought their son, who just got his Canadian passport. He's got his Canadian and his Irish passport, and I ended up giving a book copy of the hockey sweater, which actually talks about like Eaton's and the Bay and so forth, and the rivalry
Hmm.
between them. But yeah, like Eaton, his name comes up because he ended up writing to the guy who runs Eaton's department store chain. Anyway, I've been rambling here. Um, the point being is Billy Bishop has some interesting connections to Canadian history that are a little bit deeper than being a good flying ace. He's probably responsible for having trained a lot of the British pilots and the Canadian pilots in World War II.
Oh, that rules.
And then, of course, probably leading to the downfall of the Eaton department store chain. And he probably met the runner-up, William I. Mackenzie King. I would wager that the two of them did meet at some point. John Candy
hoping
being
it-
41. I have mixed feelings about him being on the list. He was a good actor for his time.
But
But top 100, top 50? I don't know.
I mean, you just have more misgiving about actors in general being on the list.
Yeah, like Michael J. Fox, I would personally not bat an eye at it. Like, he's been a huge advocate for Parkinson's research and so forth. You know, I think that's he's done a lot of advocacy for his ailment, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think when it comes down to it, what went into people voting on this was they were voting on name recognition, right?
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think it would have been better to then do a runoff vote to have a second vote based off of, say, the top
Well,
20.
they had the runoff on the top 10.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Yeah, so they never revealed what the original top 10 placement was, right? So it's possible that like Don Cherry got the most initial nominations. It's possible he got the 10th most. They took the top 100. The 11th through 90th are presented as nominated, and then they created the pitch videos for each of the top 10, and then aired them, I think, in alphabetical order. And so then they just said, okay, like no information. These are just your top 10. Now everyone please vote on the top 10. And the seeding of the top 10 is based entirely on the second vote. Yeah, I think it's a good point. John Candy dying I think dying helped you in this contest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that's going to come up as we talk about like Terry Fox and Wayne Gretzky, people who as 22-year-olds were heroic, and one of them died and one of them turned into an old white guy, and guess which one we hate now? Not to say that Terry Fox would have been a bad person. That was the joke I made in the first episode, was the best way to, die uncanceled and unproblematic was to do it when you're 22.
I'm going to make this call.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. You can take a guess what I'm smiling over.
Over Pierre losing his seat?
Over Ottawa Carleton.
Mm-hmm.
They still haven't called all the polling stations, but in all honesty, there's enough of us here. So with 7,806 votes to 6,383, I don't think he's getting his seat. I think Pierre Poilievre is not going to get his seat.
That rules.
That
I
is
never even checked into something.
That is wild. Like, it's entirely possible, like, he could maybe find some votes, but like other ridings are being called with with very similar vote counts coming in, and it's like quite obvious that this is not going to be a win. Like, I'm looking at the long list. There's a lot of names that are getting zeros here. But like, let's see what there should be let's see PPC. There's like, there's just no way that he's gonna win this riding. So if he loses, like, I'm comfortable saying he's not gonna be having a seat in Parliament. The man who wrote a $10,000 essay. A $10,000.
You make it sound like he paid $10,000 to write it.
He got paid $10,000 for his fucking essay. He's not going to get his seat.
Well,
His $10,000 essay that what he would do as prime minister. Well, tough shit. You're not going to be prime minister, you fucking cunt.
Yeah. Well, I would have preferred that he got $10,000 and not the prime ministership rather than the other way around.
The funny thing is like it's just his tentacles in Canadian politics started so early, and he had like I posted a photo of Stanfield, right, like that photo there, and it's literally this playing out all over again. Maybe not so strong, but like still like. Oh.
Sorry, I was fucking with. I finally pulled this up on YouTube to see how it actually lays out. I don't think you can change because we're on the side. Oh no, it does change when I pin you. Okay, that's just way behind. Sorry, I got really meta with my stream watching.
Oh, don't worry about it. You're good.
Because on my screen we're below the thing, which made a lot of sense to me, but on YouTube we're on the side of it. Doesn't give you. That was the nice thing about Riverside is they actually like. They let you arrange your panels in the way you wanted. Not to the degree that OBS would, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's approaching 9 p.m. for me. I know I'm going to go to bed knowing that I'm not going to wake up to fucking Nerdlinger, as Will put it, as Prime Minister, but I think I'm going to call it a night.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's been 3 hours, and I was not looking forward to another playthrough of this game, so... Yeah, well, thanks so much for maintaining our show's proud unknown tradition of doing streams for every relevant election. So, and thanks everyone for joining us and helping me flop my way through this game.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, and I'll chat with you later anyway.
Yeah, do you want to say the sign off?
What's the sign off?
Oh, you just haven't been watching the show ever?
This is what happens
All
when
right.
I have you in my projects and if I don't do yours. I'm sorry.
Bye, everyone. Je m'en calisse.
Bye, everyone. Au revoir.